impact of Randy Orton. And Samoa Joe did not back down. Challenger has an opportunity to do something no one in AEW has done. He's ready! He's poised! Okay, there's part one. Now finish him off! Finish him off! He's calling for it! This is it! This is it! Your career's on the line here! Do it! Do it! This place will erupt when he picks him up! He's got him up! Thank you! We've got a new heavyweight champion! Climb the ladder, kid! Make yourself famous! I just had an out-of-body experience! What did we just see? What did we just see? He got him a power slam! He got him a power slam! He got it! Simmons got it! Simmons has won the match! Simmons is a champion!
I've always maintained that reality is for people who can't face drugs.
Shit is about to get real.
You get to see knee deep. Shit.
Look at the stare of the champion against the challenger.
What?
And now, Straight Talk Society presents Wrestling with Reality.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's going to be the biggest battleground in the history of our sport. The biggest match in pro wrestling history.
The two biggest superstars in our sport in the biggest event the sport has ever seen. The biggest match in the history of our sport.
Trying to run a little scalded dog here. Enough is enough. That's enough. No! Oh, God, that's enough! Stop it! Bam! That's tougher than a $2 steak. Who is your daddy? Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Then slam! Choke slam! Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Lucifer's lips are the biggest eyes in the WWE! Somebody stop this! Somebody stop the damn man! Enough's enough!
What?
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
Santa's got your grill! Woo!
WWE Dynamite.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time. Let's rock.
I can't do it. We'll do it live.
So to escape from reality?
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
I am reality.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Oh, it's live, Hal.
Let the slaughter begin! It is now time for
Wrestling with
Reality.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Junior, look at this.
And I'm all out of bubblegum. Number one, to be the man, baby!
to keep me from killing you. Woo!
The 90s have been referred to as the reckoning with truth. In the 80s, everything was clouded. Nobody ever told the truth. In the 90s, the way to go is flat out. Tell no lies. That's the way we're gonna do it. When you hear something from our lips, truth it may be, and as much as it may hurt, you can count on it being exactly the way that it is.
We want the gold, sucker! Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga!
Oh, what is up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and I'm back with another episode of Wrestling with Reality. And this is the best wrestling show by bar none on YouTube. No show you're going to get the cast of characters that you get. No show you're going to get the years and years of wrestling knowledge. And just be outright entertaining. If you're looking for a show that's gonna just read off wrestling results, we don't do that. That's not us. There's other people online that do that. But if you are looking for a show that's gonna give you wrestling with reality, basically, hence the name, from another angle, then you tune into the right place. So shout out to Bones and Ricardo already in the building. Let me get a sound check, fellas. Let me know if you guys can hear my docile tones loud and clear over the air. So as you see, Venkat isn't here yet. He will be here a little later. I don't know if MD's coming today. I just don't know. If the link is in the chat, MD, if you feel like coming on. If not, I totally understand. So today is our Royal Rumble review show, and normally I would start off with the ratings, but I'm going to save the ratings for later just because I want to tie in the streaming rights of Raw to Netflix with the ratings. So I want to kind of hold off on the ratings until Venkat gets here, because I want to go over the ratings. I want to go over the ratings with him. So that's where we are here. So there were some matches this week that really, really caught my eye. So I want to run through the matches, and hopefully we're not up here too long. We'll get to the Royal Rumble preview, because I know that's what you guys come to see. It's only a 4-match card, which is fantastic. So what I was gonna do, I found out that I'm not actually going to be able to watch the Royal Rumble live because we made prior plans. And for some reason, I thought my wife told me that those plans were earlier in the day. It's actually going to be going on while the Royal Rumble is on. So I personally won't be watching the Royal Rumble until the following day. So now it's going to be crazy for me to try to avoid all the spoilers and avoid everything. My Venkat, love him to death, but Venkat loves to do commentary on every match. So I'm going to have to avoid all our groups, everything. So I can't see the Royal Rumble. I just did not know that the Royal Rumble that this event that we're going to was taking place at night. I really thought it was in the daytime and that we'd get home in time for me to watch the Rumble. But nevertheless, that's why it's on the streaming service, so you could just watch it. Even if I had to stay up till 2 a.m. like I normally do on the weekends, it's fine. I'll watch it, because Royal Rumble is one of my favorite shows. So that's that. Also, subscribe to the channel and look out for some shorts that I'll be posting, because I will be at SmackDown this Friday. So I will be posting some videos, entrances. Maybe if they do pyro show, you'll see that going on. I will be, it's a surprise for my daughter. She doesn't know. Hopefully Bianca Belair is there. That's her favorite wrestler. So hopefully Bianca's there, so we could, that'd be a good surprise for her. So with all that being said, let's get into the week of wrestling. Like I say on this show, we're not going to break down hold for hold. We don't do that, go move for move and things like that. We literally just give you what matches we thought were good, and by we, it's normally me, and the guys just kind of like, hey, if I saw it or not, then fine. If not, then we move on. So like I said, we are going to skip the ratings. We'll get to the ratings once Venkat comes on. So let's get into AEW Dynamite, because AEW Dynamite, I have said, hence the AEW shirt, Trevor is all elite. They put on some of the best wrestling on a weekly basis. And, this was no different this past Wednesday. And let's start out with this match. You had who I think is the best wrestler in AEW right now. And I mean, character wise, he's probably not the best hold for hold, move for move. He's not. There's no way he can be, not with the guys that do the work rate over there. But I am talking about my man, Christian Cage, the TNT champion. So he had a match with Dustin Rhodes, and everything we said, we crapped on Dustin a couple of weeks ago after the pay-per-view. Hold on, Bones. I'll get to actually, Bones, just the look on my daughter's face. Bones asked me what you're looking forward to the most for your live experience. Just the look on my daughter's face. I've been to a ton of wrestling shows. So I've been to a lot of WWE shows, and they are fun. Nothing beats seeing it live. But the enjoyment that she gets when she's there, that's what's priceless. I was talking to one of the guys that debates on the channel earlier, and I told him what I was going to be doing this weekend, and he was just telling me, man, you gotta enjoy all those moments, because all his kids are grown, so he doesn't get the chance to do that anymore. So with me having a young child, you enjoy every moment, taking them to things like that, and we share the same love. She gets upset because it's still real to her, damn it, when she's watching the matches and something doesn't happen. The worst thing is for her to see Bianca Belair lose. Like, she completely has a meltdown, like completely just goes into a complete meltdown. And I'm here for it. So it's all good though. I love to watch wrestling through her eyes, because it reminds me of when I was that age, how I lived by everything. It's not like now I'm the old curmudgeon, old grizzled veteran. Now I look at everything and I could pick it apart. But when I was that age, I looked at it and I was like, man, I just loved it. Hulk Hogan, speaking of Hulk Hogan, they're celebrating 40 years of Hulkamania. So hopefully when I'm at the show, they have those shirts on sale, because I'm definitely getting me a Hulk Hogan shirt. So now back to this match. You had the TNT champion Christian Cage versus Dustin Rhodes, and I'm gonna tell y'all, this match was phenomenal. If you don't watch AEW, and I don't watch it live like on Wednesdays, I go back and I watch it over the weekend. My schedule with wrestling is on the weekends, is when I catch up on everything that I didn't get to see regularly. SmackDown is the only show that I think I watch 100% live. Monday Night Raw, I'm normally catching it, 30 minutes in after we get off the air on Monday. So I watch it's all good. It's all good, MD. It's all good. Yeah, I figured you wasn't gonna come in. It's all good. I love, what was when I'm watching AEW shows, I normally watch them the day after, so so I could have it fresh in my mind. And then when I'm putting these slideshows together, I'm like, okay, this is pertinent. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about that. So, but again, this match was phenomenal. If you didn't watch this match, or you thought that this was going to be a throwaway match, I'm telling you, Dustin Rhodes turned the hands back on the clock. Like, he literally said, hey, my time is wrapping up. I'm turning the hands back on the clock. Dustin Rhodes, hit a Canadian destroyer to Nick Wayne outside. Christian, Christian did a top rope Dom splash to the outside. I mean, this match was great. I loved everything about this. I mean, this is what you, when you talk about just a good pure wrestling match, that's what this was. I would have loved to see this live. I thought this was fantastic, man. And Christian did get the victory. But hey, no slight to Dustin Rhodes, man, because it was awesome. It was a good showing for him. The next thing I took note of on the AEW Dynamite show was the Briscoe family coming out. So, it was actually the 1-year anniversary last week of Jay Briscoe dying. So Mark Briscoe came out and he talked about, how he lost his brother and his 2 nieces were in the car, one of which that they said would never walk again. So lo and behold, the niece that they said would never walk again comes out on the stage. Great moment. Everybody's just, cheering. Hey, man, heartfelt moment. I'm all here for it. Because again, when we talked about it last week, I said, you had a daughter, you had daughters that lost their father. So it was bigger than wrestling. And to see them come out and get the love and support from the fans, that's why we're wrestling fans. Chris says they need to put Dustin Rhodes in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, I think with Vince out of the way, he's going in really, really soon. I think he's going in sooner than later. A lot of those names that we've been clamoring for, you got Demolition, which is a travesty that you could have a Hall of Fame and not have Demolition in the Hall of Fame, but you have people from like New Japan. Hey, listen, no slight to the Great Muta. Shout out to MD because I know that's his favorite wrestler, but Great Muta should not be in the WWF Hall of Fame before Demolition. I mean, it's ridiculous, and all that is because Vince McMahon can't get out of his own way. So glad that he's not in the way anymore. And Triple H, as I know he will, and as he's done, he is going to make things right. So moving on to the next. So now I said this. I said this a couple of weeks ago, and I think it was Bones. He'll correct me if I'm wrong. I said, hey, they beaten Jay White. They made Jay White look like an idiot. Why don't they turn Jay White babyface? Oh no, Bones. Oh no, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Them turning Jay White babyface is not going to work. It's not going to work. And at the time, I conceded to him because, hey, he's the AEW fan. He knows about Jay White. Lo and behold, the past couple of weeks, Jay White has been coming out with these 2 goofs and getting like babyface reactions. So tonight they had a Ring of Honor trios match. The Gates of Agony versus Brian Cage versus Bullet Club Gold. And lo and behold, Bullet Club Gold are your new Ring of Honor trios tag team champions. And that place erupted. Jay White can work as a face because Jay White could be a CM Punk type. Like when you look at Jay White, he's that sinister. He could toe the line between being a good guy, but you really still think that he's a bad guy. And then he has these 2 goofballs with him. It just worked. It just worked. And I want to say that this was a show, that after the match, the Acclaim came out and they did the whole Scissor Me Daddy thing, which I'm not a fan of, but the crowd loved it. So, hey, they love it. I like it. This was also a really good match because Jay White is awesome, man. Jay White is really, really awesome. I'm not sure where Juice Robinson is, but Jay White is awesome. And I'm glad to see him getting built back up, getting some TV time, getting put back up there because they spent all of the half of last year just beating him like a drum. So I'm glad to see that they are building him back up. So that's awesome. All right. So now let's get into the nitty gritty. So this match caused quite a stir. And when I say quite a stir, I mean from Tony Khan, because Tony Khan can't get out of his own way. And somebody must have said something about Hook not being a deserving champ, getting a shot. And then he turned around and said, oh, but Jinder Mahal hasn't won a match in a year, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to tell y'all, if you haven't watched this match, go watch this match. This match is reminiscent of when Jeff Hardy took on the Undertaker on Monday Night Raw. Undertaker, I see you, Bones. Hold up. Jeff Hardy was in his Undertaker was in his big evil days, and he just was bullying Jeff Hardy at every turn. Jeff Hardy got a title match and a ladder match because he can't beat Undertaker straight up. But if you put the ladder element in there, then you may have a chance of beating him. And what they turned into was one of the best matches to ever take place on Monday Night Raw. Jeff Hardy was made that night into a superstar. He was made, see, there go that word that I love to use, a superstar. He was a star before, but that night going toe-to-toe with the Undertaker in a losing effort because Undertaker beat him really bad. And he just kept getting up. He just would not stop. He had the awesome moment at the end after Undertaker beat him. Jeff Hardy pulled himself up on the rope and was like, Undertaker, I'm still breathing. And Undertaker would come in and beat him up again, and he'd leave, and he'd still talk crap. And then he'd come back, and then to the point where Undertaker was just like, you know what? I'm done. This kid earned my respect. That was awesome. And I'm going to get into how great this match was soon. But joining the panel, what's up, Bones?
Yo, what's up?
What's happening?
Yo, what's up? Can you hear me good?
Yeah, but I'm hearing a lot of like.
All right, hold on. Now, I just wanted to come on and talk about the Hook match real quick. I thought it was a fantastic match. And like I told you, it reminded me of like whom me and my big brother used to fight because he's a lot bigger than me. He's like twice my size. And he would just basically just beat the hell out of me, and I'd keep coming back for more. And, you know, just keep coming back. That's exactly what this match was. And it definitely elevated Hook and put him in a bigger stratosphere.
So I echo those sentiments. Hook. So I even put in the group. Venkat and VMD will tell you. I asked why should I like Hook? Because to me he just comes off. We know that's Taz's son. He just comes off like just this cocky douchebag that, you know, nobody likes. I'm too cool for school. But what I love that they did at the beginning of this night, because they must have been listening to me and they knew that I had questions. Commentary went through and took the effort. This is all I asked in the wrestling show. Say it, just give me effort. They played a video where Samoa Joe said that anybody who's going to wrestle him for that title needs to have some wins under their belt. They need to have a reason to be getting in the ring with him. So they put together this video package and they were saying, oh, how Hook is like 28-1 and he hasn't been beaten in forever. And you know what? Trevor was like, that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me because you just explained it to me why I got to watch this featherweight go into the ring with this heavyweight. And like Bones said, man, this match, listen, this match was great. This match was so good. I watched it twice. And yeah, to get me to watch a match more than once, the only other AEW match that I watched more than once was Bullet Club Gold against the Revival, FTR. That was the only other match. I think I watched that match 3 times. Because that match was so great. That was my match of the year last year. I thought that's the best match ever. And had that match not been on like TV with commercials, it would have been untouched. I probably would have just made it be match of the year. So, but this was great, man. Hook comes out. He has his back turned to Joe the whole time. The bell rings. He just attacks. He attacks Joe. He's attacking Joe, but Joe's so much bigger than him, and he's just throwing them all up. I mean, Joe hit this guy with what, like 2 muscle busters? Oh, nasty. Did you see the Uranage on the table? The way his head snapped?
Yes. Bro, I was seriously concerned I was going to start the match or something. That was nasty.
Yeah, and Taz thought something was wrong because Taz got off a commentary and they even mentioned it. They were like, they said, we understand because he has to sit there and watch his son get the brakes beat off of him. It was tremendous.
And you know that added another element of it to it because in real life you wouldn't be able to sit there and watch your son take a beating like that and still be able to commentate regularly, you know. So Taz for maybe the last 5 minutes of the match was just completely silent. and just standing up, just completely silent or whatever. And I also like the promo that they did too with Hook. I think it was at the beginning of the night where he was like in New York City and the streets were empty and it was cold and he was eating like a slice of, and it showed like the gritty, nasty side of New York. You know what I'm saying? I
I don't
thought
think
that
I
was
saw
pretty
that.
cool too. Yeah.
What would have took this match from being like just into another stratosphere had they showed Joe and Taz on the screen at the same time, and Joe just looked at him and smirked, or looked at him and said, "Help
Yeah.
your son," or just something like if he would have just gave him a nod, like, "Hey, I'm beating the hell out of your son. What are you gonna do about it?" Um,
Yeah.
the finish of this match. I mean, yeah, they gave Hook his hope spots. Hook got some good offense in here. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but it ended the way it was supposed to. Joe didn't pin him. Joe choked him out. He choked him out. And hey, respectable way. You're already the underdog, and this guy is twice your size. And hey, this made me now, because I went from asking why should I care about Hook to okay, I want to see more of Hook, and that was my thing. I think
Hey, but
this made a superstar.
one issue I have with AEW, they're always good with like building up the baby faces to get them to a championship match, but then after that, they always like fall off the face of the earth. You know what I mean? Like
But
they
is
did the
Hook a
same
baby
thing with
face?
Miro. Yeah, he a baby face. He definitely a
Oh,
baby face.
okay. I
Yeah,
didn't
he
think
started
so.
out a heel with Team Ties, but yeah, he a baby face though. What they're gonna do with him from here, because a lot of times once people get that title match opportunity, they just fall to the wayside afterwards, and hopefully they don't do the same thing with Hook.
Yeah, I thought it was great. What was Ricardo saying? Don't y'all think that was the disadvantage? Yeah, but hey, you want to fight the champion. Um, you have a champion that's twice your size. You on a win, and I love that though, because that's see what WWE would have done. They would have never put a cruiserweight, because that's what Hook is, in the ring with one of their big champions. So Roman is not wrestling Hook. If he was in WWE, it's just not, because Vince will look at that and be like, huh, I don't like that. That's not a good size matchup, when he doesn't understand that people in general like to root for the underdog. Unless you like me, I root for the underdog, but I like to see them get squashed at the end. Let them remember why they're underdogs. Unless you're the Detroit Lions, and I hope you go ahead and beat the 49ers, but that's another thing. But I thought this match was great. And at the end, Hangman came out to make the save because Joe was getting ready to pummel Hook. What I didn't like, and this is the second time they did this. So Hangman comes out, Joe is backpedaling. I don't know why he doesn't want to stand and face Hangman. He's backpedaling, and then you see this menacing swerve in the audience. And what I liked also, Nana wasn't being a goofball. Nana was looking serious as I don't know what, and Swerve was just staring a hole through Joe, but Joe backpedaled and left, and I did not like that. I would have loved for him to just stay there.
Yeah, I agree, especially being a monster.
Yeah, if you're the monster heel champion, you just got to stay there. All right, because I'm looking like Big Van Vader would have never backpedaled. But yeah, I mean, AEW Dynamite, really good show. Like I said, I don't go through all the matches. I just pick out what I thought was really good and must watch. And those matches that I told you, those were must watch. So,
Hey, can I say one more thing about the show before you move on?
what's up?
Man, the Acclaim, they started out real hot, but they're definitely losing steam, and they haven't been doing nothing at all. They haven't defended those belts since All In, I don't believe. And I feel like they should do something, because they're getting kind of stale, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're trying to latch on to the Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah. And before that, they was trying to latch on to MJF and Adam Cole before that.
Speaking of MJF, and well, not MJF, but speaking of Adam Cole, this devil thing is dead. It's dead. Yeah, that I mean, you got Roderick Strong just wrestling random matches on the shows. No Adam Cole to even cut promo. It's dead. It's dead. That was a terrible reveal. Sorry.
I will say this as far as Roger Strong, he's supposed to be having a match against Orange Cassidy, so they're gonna build that up for the belt. That's gonna be a Revolution in a few weeks, I believe. And yeah, Adam Cole. But the fact that he injured, it just from the whole angle. Like if he was able to wrestle, then it would be a lot more different. But he injured, so that takes away a lot of steam.
Yeah, that is story of Adam Cole's life though. Injured, always injured. I mean, hey,
yeah.
Hey, the best of it. Well, your brother always tell me the best ability is availability. He's never there.
Yeah, with it, a head injury or a knee injury, it's always something.
All right, so let's move on to SmackDown. And again, like I say, we will be at SmackDown this Friday, so can't wait to that. Looking forward to that. So the story long angle of this past Friday SmackDown was the supposed contract signing for the four-way match. So you got the three of the four competitors in the ring. Roman Reigns doesn't show. Paul Heyman comes out and he's like, "Hey, Roman's not signing this contract because our lawyers didn't get a chance to look at," which I love that. I love that they do that with Roman. When he came back after the COVID year and he came back, his first thing was give me the contract and let me read over it. He never just got into a match. So I love that continuity that they still do that with him. So
it wasn't that how they revealed Paul Heyman because he had a contract and then he handed it over to Paul Heyman and the camera
he was
panned
sitting
over
there. They had that tight zoom in on him, and then they slowly zoomed it out, and then you saw Paul Heyman sitting there, and that was it's just been money ever since. So Paul Heyman says that Roman's not going to sign the contract. So to my Adam Pearce, Nick Aldis, being the great GM that he is, fantastic in this role, said Roman doesn't have to sign the contract because he's like, if Roman doesn't sign the contract, then I'm going to strip him of the title and now make this a triple threat for the vacant undisputed title. This is the first time in Roman's 3-year reign that an authority figure has stood up to him. And this is very refreshing. You love to see it. It's great. It
made a lot of sense too.
A lot of sense, because you can't discredit these three guys now and say, oh, you had the opportunity for the title, but now we're going to take that from you because this guy doesn't want to show up. He's like, hey, well, let's treat it like an injury angle. He doesn't want to defend his belt. We're going to take it from him. And see, the simplicity of good storytelling is sorely missed. Like, everything don't have to be so elaborate, and just get the good story, get me invested, and put on a good match. And that's all I want to see in that. So you have the you have the contract signing. Okay, so I from SmackDown I didn't record too much. So yeah, so no, I know what I did. I put all this stuff up front. So anyway, so they made the Solo says that he's gonna take care of everything. They made a succession of matches throughout. LA Knight and AJ Styles had a match. Solo interfered in that. Then it was supposed to be Solo and Roman ended up coming out attacking Randy Orton, only for Randy Orton to finally hit that RKO on him. And the crowd went crazy. The problem with that is WWE booking. Randy's not going to win this time, which I don't think nobody was going to beat Roman anyway, but WWE booking, normally whoever gets the upper hand, well, technically that's not the go home show. The go home show will be this Friday, but whoever gets the upper hand is not winning the belt. So peace, Richie. Peace, Richie. So good show long angle. Roman gets laid out. by Orton. Fans go home happy. Hey, you want another banger from that night? This match was a banger. You had the LWO versus Escobar, Garza, and Carrillo. This match was a humper. If they give these guys like 20 minutes on a pay-per-view, they'll tear the house down. Like this was great. This was listen. That's the thing about me. I'm just gonna go through what I thought was great on these cards. This was a must-see match. This was awesome. Hey, another thing that I love from SmackDown. Tyler Bate comes out.
Oh yeah.
Tyler Bate comes out.
Time.
And they're like, and his tag team partner, we already know is Peter Dunne, but I'm like, why didn't they come out together? And then you just see the graphic come up saying Pete Dunne. I'm like, oh, finally, thank you, Triple H. Another thing that the great Triple H has done, gave this man his damn name back. Why you want to call him Butch in the first place? I have no idea, but we got the Bruiserweight back. And I'm here for it, because if you guys weren't a fan of NXT UK, or you didn't know about the battles that Pete Dunne had, we got the Bruiserweight back, and this is gonna be awesome. I'm here for it, man. Triple H is righting all the wrong.
I definitely marked out for this moment right here. This is my favorite moment of one of my favorite moments of the week, actually.
Yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, man, there go Triple H again, right? Righting all of Vince's wrongs, just righting all the wrongs. So let's move on to AEW Collision. I mean, because the train keeps rolling over here. AEW Collision took place this past Saturday. Hey, see, I wish Venkat was up here. I wish Venkat was up here. I know why MD is not going to be up here, but that's cool. But MD, if you're listening, maybe you could type it in the chat, or you could give it to me, because there's a reoccurring theme that happens on AEW Collision that I've been noticing. So John Moxley comes out, and he's going to have a match with this guy who I don't know anything about, Shane Taylor. It's funny because when my wife saw it, Shane Taylor, my wife was like, man, he looks like he used to be like really, really fat. And he lost a lot of weight because he just shaped like, just because his shape. That was what she said about
she
him.
Is correct. She's absolutely correct.
Yeah, his shape just looks like he was really, really big. But hey, this match, I
will say Shane looks so green, like Omos, and he came a long way, and he's improved a whole lot. He's improved his character, he's improved his in-ring skills, he's improved his selling, everything. So he came a long way, and I definitely got a lot of respect for him.
This guy can go. This guy can go in the ring. Him and Moxley had a damn good match, and you guys know I'm not a Moxley fan, but this match was really, really good. Moxley wins, obviously, because you're not gonna put this guy over Moxley, but his manager, what is his name? Lee Mario, what's his name? Lee Moriarty or something like that.
Lee Moriarty.
Yeah, he was outside the ring just looking pissed, like just disheveled, like, hey, you lost. If I'm not mistaken, though, he lost the prior week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did.
So I don't know what they got going on there, but I thought this was a really, really, really good match, man. And again, it goes to what I always said. AEW puts on consistently the best in-ring week to week, but when we go over the ratings, later on, not only do I have the ratings, but I also have the attendance now to each show. So
hey, Trevor, fun fact about Shane Taylor, on the Indies, him and Keith Lee was like best friends and tag team partners. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, that's a big slapping son of a bitch good time. What's up, Venkat?
What's going on?
Yo, what's up, Venkat?
Hey, what's going on, Bones?
How you doing?
All right. Nice to be here.
Nice. Yeah,
Let's get ready to rumble.
Yeah. So the only reason I bring this matchup, Thunder Rosa versus Queen Aminata, is for this reason. This is where I wanted MD to be here. this is a reoccurring theme with AEW. I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna guess this, but somebody could go look. I bet if you're a black wrestler on AEW Collision, you got like maybe a 1 in 10 win streak. It's like whenever they want to put somebody over, is break glass and bring out random black wrestler. This is the second time in a row I'm watching this beautiful young lady, Queen Aminata, getting beat by somebody. The first one was against that blonde, and now this is against Thunder Rosa. I know Thunder Rosa is supposed to be this big star, blah, 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 blah. But I mean, you got somebody like this with this look on your roster, and you only bring her out when it's time to take a pin. I mean, hey, I'm noticing that, and it's nothing different than what Big Swole has already said, that Tony Khan, his treatment of black talent, namely black female wrestlers, is not good. They're always eating pins. Always.
Yeah, because you are right, Trevor, and I didn't notice it until you pointed it out, so I give you credit for that. But I will say that it seems to be more of a recent kind of thing, because in like the first 2 years of AEW, you did have Big Swole and you did have Red Velvet. They was at the top of the card, feuding with people for belts and having good angles and stuff like that. But recently, it's been that way. So
I don't know. Hey, Ricardo, keep your hand on the trigger. This Jerry Brown saying straight talk you see comment. I don't know what that means. MD says they need AEW Dark back. Yeah, so they could put all the darkies on there, huh? But Venkat, what do you think about that? What I'm just saying? You think I'm just shooting from the hip?
No, I think you're 100% on the ball. It's lame as hell. AEW needs to do better than this, man. You can't watch basketball players dominate, football players that are black dominate. We're past this already. It should already be to a point where black wrestlers, athletes are better respected. And the fact that this is happening and they're in year 5, and a lot of attention going to be on Swerve. Like, they frig him up, the whole thing getting burned down. Because there's really no reason for a guy like Swerve, who's super hot organically, to not be handled properly just because of his race or color skin or whatever. So this is something I talked about this last year, about how that big guy, damn, I forgot his name now. Over 40. I'm losing my mind. The guy that wrestled Brock Lesnar last year. Yeah, Omos. Yeah, Omos. Yeah, it's ridiculous to see him just losing after midget. Just these white dwarfs. Yeah, these white dwarfs are just like spinning them. Go ahead.
To play devil's advocate, I agree with everything you said, but Omos, he just isn't that good, in my opinion. So that's the difference. Red Velvet is pretty good. This girl, she's pretty decent. Big Swole was pretty good. Swerve is pretty damn good, but Omos, he's not even in those categories with other people, in my opinion.
But it's hard for me to believe that Andre the Giant could go 30 years undefeated. And Andre the Giant's best year, he doesn't move like Omos. He doesn't. I think Omos is stronger. It's just a ridiculous comparison. Like, I'm supposed to believe that big goof Andre is going to be so good, and Omos, who has way more athletic ability, is being held back. And the thing in wrestling is, there's a difference, right? So we have like all these wrestlers that they're not the best wrestlers in the ring, but they get over and they get their wins. So it's a pre-scripted sport. If he was booked better, if he was booked stronger, all that wouldn't be the issue, Hollywood Hogan can't be great and Omos just here looking all silly. I think he has a lot more athletic ability than a lot of these guys that came by.
He's very athletic. I watch him do a jumping spin kick. For a guy that big, and you're right. All Andre the Giant did was chop, kick, and punch, and choke you in the rope. That's all he did.
And what about like Elegante? He was
shit.
big as hell, but he was slow. He moved weird. He was real wobbly. Omar should really be like the Shaquille O'Neal of WWE, really. He should really be the Shaquille O'Neal of WWE.
So Curvin is saying Athena already should be AEW. Curvin, I 100% agree with you. I ask every week on this channel, where is Athena? Why isn't she on the TV? Why is she stuck on Ring of Honor? It's crazy.
Bro, they got her in this Ring of Honor feud, and she was on pay-per-view or Ring of Honor, but not pay-per-view, but the last event. But yeah, I agree with you. That's a travesty right there.
MD said, I think this is for you, Venkat. MD said Goldberg wasn't that good either.
Man, that Goldberg hate gotta go, man. Goldberg does some stuff in that ring. Yeah, when you see him flip and move around, I mean, Goldberg should get more credit than what he gets. I mean, like Steven Regal exposed him. That was like month 2. I mean, get a guy a break, for God's sake. If it wasn't for Sting and Lex Luger at the gym, seeing him all the time, saying, hey, you've been arrested. So he made a lot of good out of what he was given. He wasn't even trying to do that. It just happened. So, I mean, Goldberg had some really good matches, man. You guys try to make Goldberg seem like he was like a dud in that ring. I think not.
Goldberg was awesome.
Second to none. His offense was second to none. His believability as far as how he hit people and his moves as executed, it all looked legit. And that's all I wanted. I didn't want no, I don't like the Hogan style of wrestling where it looks real fake.
Goldberg's offense was no worse than Stone Cold. And listen to what I said. I said Stone Cold, not Stunning Steve Austin, because Stunning Steve Austin was an in-ring technician, but all Stone Cold Steve Austin did after the injury was punch and kick. So like him and Goldberg had literally the same offense, but Goldberg to me was a better in-ring after the injury than Austin, because literally Austin, you talk about John Cena having 5 moves of doom, Stone Cold had about 3 moves of doom. Chris Morales says that Oba Femi is way better than Omos already. So I still have yet to see Oba Femi wrestle. I was watching NXT last night and he looked menacing as hell, standing up on that rafter thing, looking down at Dragon Lee. So I can't wait to actually watch that match. I haven't watched the match from him yet, but from what I hear, they're going to strap the rocket to him. And that's a big boy. That's a big boy. Richard Chad says Goldberg changed the game in those days. Yeah, absolutely. Goldberg was awesome. You know what I just watched recently was Goldberg and DDP, and that match and I know DDP likes to script out his matches, whatever, but Goldberg still had to dance with him, and I thought that match was fantastic.
Goldberg versus the Giant Big Show at Slam Arena. I think it was Slam Arena 90. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but you're going in and out a little bit.
Oh, okay. I'll mute myself.
No, say what you were saying. No, you were just going in and out a little bit.
Yeah, I was saying that Goldberg had a real fun match with the Giant Big Show. He was just picking him up, manhandling him, going back and forth. That was a really good match as well. Fun match. He had a great match with Sting, 2 of them. I think they're both on Nitro. He had some really good matches. And his WWE run, not the best, but there were good matches in there too. I think Goldberg's just awesome, man. I thought he raised the bar in wrestling because, and he said it. He wanted to be the Mike Tyson of wrestling. That's why it was black tights, bald head, black trunks, black shoes. He just wanted to be the Mike Tyson of wrestling. And when he came out, it was like an event. So I like that. I wish wrestling would be like that again, where it would be like a big time match, a big fight type in atmosphere.
So now let's see if you're gonna be honest about this, because you talk about Mike Tyson. You mentioned the black tights and the black boots. Who did Goldberg really get that from?
Mike Tyson. Mike freaking Tyson.
He didn't get that from Stone Cold.
No.
Okay.
I never thought of Stone Cold being anything like Goldberg until I watched WWE Confidential, and they mentioned it on there. And I'm like, where the hell did they get that from? It never entered my mind. Never, because Stone Cold is Stone Cold.
But you know Stone Cold. You know Goldberg was Stone Cold was WCW's answer to Stone Cold, right? You at least know that part. Kevin Sullivan is on record saying that. Kevin Sullivan is on record saying
he could say that, but listening to the interviews that Goldberg said, Goldberg wasn't thinking anything about no Stone Cold. And a matter of fact, when Goldberg started, they didn't even know he was going to be what he ended up being. That was an organic rise right there. He was not thought of as being a big time. Once they saw, oh my God, this guy's getting over, they just started to continue with it. But there were no plans for Goldberg. So, like all these guys, they like to do revisionist history. But
Kevin Sullivan was the booker at the time, so if anybody would know, it would be him. But hey, I think Goldberg is awesome, so you ain't gonna get no complaints out of me. And he put Bret Hart out of wrestling, so
that's not good.
That's good.
Well, no, that's not good at all. That was not good at all. That was not good.
Hey, Richard Chadman.
Did you see the breakdown?
That's a great comment, though. He said, like Trick Williams. Listen, Trick Williams is getting the most organic push. That guy is over more than half the people on the main roster. I
like Trick Williams. Yeah, he's good. He's real good.
Hey, Trick came a long way too, man. His character development been so good.
It also doesn't hurt when you got Booker T doing that type of commentary.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, that just brings you over the top right there.
Yeah. Booker T don't hide his biases at all. Boy, Booker T gonna let you know. He go, there go that man. Yeah, Booker T is over the top with it. In the main event from Collision, though, we had. So I'm gonna tell y'all what this started out as a good match, but I'm gonna tell you what took me completely out of this match, and y'all could see the video. I think I posted it in a group of Eddie Kingston doing those chops. I mean, listen.
Yeah, he got to stop that.
And for Claudio to be sitting there, God bless him, selling that, I wouldn't sell that worth a damn. I'd be like, hey, bro, you're going to have to hit me for real. This is ridiculous. I couldn't do it with this one. Let me see. I wouldn't be shocked if he's in the Royal Rumble. Trick, yeah, you know what? They might put Trick in just to test the crowd, because at those shows you normally have smarter crowds, so they might put him in. Hey, that trick is over. When they do that trick, that is over.
Bro, if they put Trick in the Royal Rumble, he's gonna get one of the biggest pops.
They better put him in the Royal Rumble, because I'm tired of seeing all these weird ass people that nobody cares about. I mean, if you look at Royal Rumbles over the years,
hold on, we'll get to the Royal Rumble later. Let's get through the rest of the shows. We got our Royal Rumble predictions coming up. Chris says Bret Hart somewhere pissed off right now hearing all this Bill Goldberg glory. Yeah, he can't freaking stand Goldberg. But yeah, this match,
I don't blame him.
This match, I don't know. This was good, but then rewatching it and seeing those chops just took me completely out. That's not for me. Monday Night Raw, and we'll get to the big news. So Monday Night Raw opens up with Seth Rollins coming out, and I love this because he wasn't his normal Seth Rollins, like the normal goofball Seth Rollins coming to the ring. He was limping to the ring because he's legit hurt. So long story short, he said that, he has like a grade 2 sprain, MCL sprain, and a meniscus tear. and if he does surgery, it's going to take 3 to 4 months to heal. So then, oh my goodness, boy, you talk about me just jumping out of my seat as he's getting ready to deliver the rest of his news. Gunther's music hits, and man, what preceded was like 3 minutes of just fantasticness from Gunther. Gunther said, yeah, see, oh yeah, oh, MD, definitely, I'm getting to that. Gunther told Seth basically, hey, you know, you go take your time off and leave it to the big boys that don't get hurt. I'll be the champion. I'm gonna take it. The way they're building this Royal Rumble, they're literally making me think anybody could win this, and we'll get to our Royal Rumble predictions after this. But man, this Gunther Seth Rollins interaction was great, because I've always been saying Gunther should be the guy that takes it from Seth, even though they're going in another route, obviously. But what Seth ultimately said was, Gunther didn't let him finish. He said that he's going to be at WrestleMania. Now, hey, this may be one of those injuries like Cody that they say you can't hurt it anymore than what it was. We remember Cody and Seth in Hell in a Cell, and how uncomfortable that was to see Cody with half his chest purple. But the doctor said, hey, you can't hurt it anymore. You just got to deal with the pain. I personally don't want to see Seth wrestle, not at 100%. But Seth is probably of the mindset like, hey, I've been carrying this company for so long, and now you're going to rob me of my WrestleMania moment. So he says he's going to be at WrestleMania. I doubt it. I think it's still storyline, and they'll find a way to get that belt off of him. But as it stands right now, Seth is saying he's going to be at WrestleMania. I don't want him to be, but Seth is saying he's going to be at WrestleMania. And I don't like it.
Yeah, Trevor, I agree with you. I really enjoyed the promo. I thought about you as soon as Gunther music. I'll say this is the first time I watched the whole episode of Raw since football, because usually I'm watching Monday Night Football or whatever. But I don't want to see Seth at WrestleMania either. Being with the injuries that he got, I just feel like he might mess it up even more. Or even if the doctors say you can't mess it up even more, I just don't want to see Seth not at 100%.
Yeah, that's a silly move to try to have Seth Rollins go at WrestleMania. That's just take off, man. He shouldn't even be on TV.
I think they're just doing that, though. I really think they're just saying that.
There's so many guys that are biting at the chops to get in that spot. Just let Seth Rollins just go away. And that's why they need Seth Rollins' injury would have been avoided had they had a freaking season. Had they had like off time where you alternate guys and you could look forward to people coming back and whatnot. But we don't have that. They just running these guys in the ground.
Yeah, I don't think. No, I was just. I agree with the off-season thing. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, like why would you want Seth Rollins to go out in a lesser than Monday Night Raw match, or even worse, a house show, and now you can't have him available at his best at WrestleMania or some other high-profile event?
He was advertised for this show Friday against Drew. I'm like, why?
Exactly.
Why? I'm like,
exactly. They have no other options.
They do you got the Royal Rumble the next day. Us who's going to that show, we already reserved that you're not going to get a lot of matches. You're going there to see promo, and you're going there to see Royal Rumble build. Why would you have Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, who's going to be major players at the Royal Rumble, risking any type of injuries? It's just like the story Dean Ambrose told, Moxley told, that the weekend of WrestleMania, they had him flying out to go do random house show in Kentucky. That's ridiculous.
Right.
Not to mention, isn't that a Raw belt? You think they're gonna wrestle on Friday?
Yeah, they had him advertised in the dark match against Drew.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, it's crazy. I just don't get it, man.
That's a Raw belt. Why would you put it? I don't know.
So Chris brings up a point that what I was saying. Thanks, Gender, for this. I think that they could use this. Raw is very top heavy. I'm gonna tell you, Monday Night Raw is top heavy as I don't know what. SmackDown to me is a better wrestling show, but Monday Night Raw is better in the top, like promo wise, to make you want to see something. But they could use this and make Jinder Mahal Iron Sheik level heel.
They should be using it better, yeah.
Yeah, he could go out and be like, hey, I'm the one that took him from you. And worse yet, if they give him the belt, they should just be like, hey, I'm the one that took him from you, and what you going to do about it? Because if Seth says if he takes surgery, he'll be out 3 to 4 months. Just say he'll be out 6 months. So that'll put him at what? SummerSlam? He comes back for SummerSlam, beats up Jinder, but you just made a mega heel. You made a mega heel, man. Yeah, I don't want to see Seth rushing back for anything, man. I really don't. Oh, so now Richard's saying Jinder was in talks with Adam Pearce backstage. The draft just happened though. Why are they letting people negotiate? Well, I mean, that's pretty good though. You can negotiate free agency, I guess. I give them that. Let's move on. So here was another good one. So this match was standard match. And this was unadvertised, so that's why I don't have a card for it. You had the New Day versus Imperium because New Day jumped Imperium after the Gunther Seth promo. The match was standard, but what was great about this was the beat down in the crowd. Those 4 men went in that crowd and put on one of the best crowd fights you're gonna see in a long time. And what I loved about it is this promo. Kofi said, you guys think just because we laugh and smile and joke that we don't know how to get serious. And when I'm listening to this, I'm like, yes, they're finally going to do what I've been asking for them to do since Kofi was the champion. Make the New Day serious. So now Kofi said he's going after Gunther next week. So that's crazy. But
be a slaughter.
Yeah, Gunther gonna tear his chest up even more. But I'm happy that New Day is trying to get serious. And Ricardo sent something today. I don't know how true it is that they're talking about Big E being in the Rumble. What I heard Big E say recently is that he's nowhere near ready. So it could be all fluff. Who knows? But that's another guy.
Career is over.
Yeah,
his career is
Big E.
over.
I don't want to see Big E trying to come back just to do a Royal Rumble spot. I don't want. I don't want it. You've done enough. I don't want it. Richie says, no, wait, Trevor ain't Jinder on the Raw brand. Yeah, Jinder is on the Raw brand. But yeah, I guess he negotiate. Wait, okay, hold on. No, he was talking to Pierce, who's the SmackDown. I mean the Raw GM. Yeah, I don't know. They could make him the big heel though. I would make him a monster heel. Biggie in the Rumble. I don't want to see it, man. That when you come back from that type of injury, he just needs to retire. If he's going to come out and be in New Day's corner or something, maybe if he does the such and such, don't you dare be sour. If he does that, maybe. But I don't
be a manager. He could be a manager.
I don't under any because they're still paying him. So I don't want them under any circumstance having him in that ring. Like that's not necessary.
Well, that's good that they're still paying him. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, they got to pay him. He got hurt under their thing. Hey, I told y'all I only go over the bangers on this and this.
Oh yeah,
boy,
this was a banger,
let me tell you something. If you didn't watch this match. If you didn't watch this match, make sure you watch this match before the week is up. I feel sorry for Eric of the Viking Raiders because Triple H is pushing Ivar as his next big monster. And when Eric comes back, I think he's out for like a year. So, it ain't no time soon. But listen, I don't think there's going to be any Viking Raiders when he comes back because Ivar is that dude, man. He is a big super heavyweight that can do moonsaults, that makes all his stuff look fluid. But Chad Gable hit this 400-pound man with a chaos theory. That's all I gotta say.
Nasty.
Enough said.
Nasty. Oh, so nasty.
Man, bro, I don't think
Bro.
people understand what it takes to lift a man that big over your head in a rolling, like deadlift him. He deadlift him, and then to back that up even more, then he hit him with one off the second rope. Chad Gable is that dude, man. He's on another level, man. Man.
This was my match of the night, right?
Yeah, this was awesome, man.
I love this match. I've been on the Viking Raiders since they were the War Raiders back in Ring of Honor. I seen them live a couple years ago, and before I really knew who they were, and I was like, damn, whoever these two are, they're gonna be real big one day. And Ivar, he stood out to me because he was so big and athletic and doing moonsaults. And damn, like, who is that guy? You know, and he got the look and everything. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Viking Raiders.
Watch me piss Venkat off. Venkat, this guy is Vader-esque.
It'll be yet to be seen, sir.
All right, let me see. So Richie says Big E as a manager. Richard Chad says Ivar is killing it. Absolutely. Chris says Chad Gable and the Viking guy had a great match. Eric, back to NXT. If it's all say, yeah, they might have to repackage him. With that being said, please go watch Josh Alexander versus Ospreay. Wait, Chris is saying go watch Josh Alexander versus Ospreay from Thursday night on TNA. Chris, unfortunately, I have no idea how to find TNA's wrestling channel. I mean, wrestling program. I mean, unless I can find it on YouTube.
Don't worry, Trevor. I'll hook you up. I got you.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, send it to me. I wish Valhalla would put on some Valhalla sucks, man. That match that she had with Ivy Nile was not good. Yeah, Valhalla stinks. So here's that. Here, look at this. Like, bro, this guy, Chad Gable is awesome, man. He is, he's that dude. So let's get to the promo that MD was talking about. I thought this was great. So they'd been teasing the Cody Rhodes CM Punk showdown. This was great. Like, CM Punk said that so Cody does his what do you want to talk about? CM Punk says, I want to talk about your father. He tells a story that, hey, when you were in OVW, your dad asked me to look out for you. He was like, I didn't need to look. I didn't know who you were, but if your dad asked me, then I'm gonna look out for you. And CM Punk said, you know what? Come to think of it, he said, my dad was an electrician. He said, I'm more of the American dream than you are. And you could tell he cut Cody with that one. Like, he really cut that Cody, but Cody had the greatest comeback. Cody was like, hey, I want to talk about your pipe bomb promo. And he was like, all that talking you did, I'm the one that actually did the work of what you were talking about. He said, hey, I'm more CM Punk than you. And that's when Punk went irate, took off his hoodie, and then they do this, I'm gonna kiss you in the middle of the ring. It was great, man. I love the intensity. These guys don't need to be getting in any brawls. Save it for the Rumble. I loved it. I thought this was great. Raw is very promo heavy, but I thought this was great.
Yeah, it was amazing. Fantastic.
Did you see this, Venkat?
Yeah, I saw it. It was okay to me.
Okay, I knew it.
It was okay. I wasn't impressed.
I knew it. I had to ask though. I had to ask because I wasn't going to leave you out. I had to ask.
Hey, I will admit though, as the resident AEW guy, it was a little weird seeing like those two in the middle of a raw ring. Because I would say like 2 years ago or a year ago, I never would have thought I would see that. You know? Yeah. I love the promo. It was good.
Chris says Valhalla shouldn't shave her armpits or legs anymore with match her character.
Hey, hold on, man. Oh, hey, wait. I just wanted all this Valhalla hate, man. I don't know where it's coming from. She's not the best wrestler, but you know, she's not good.
She's not good. You like her because she bottom heavy. I know. You could go ahead and say it.
Hey, I love seeing her come out down to the round, man, to the ring.
Yeah, she's thick. She's bottom heavy. We'll win. We getting ready to go into the Rumble in about 10 minutes. So let's move on. I didn't go into I didn't watch the main event. No need to watch it. It was probably a screwy finish. You had McIntyre versus Damian Priest. So this is a very news heavy week. So let's get into the news. News broke, and let me get it because I went out of order because I didn't do the ratings because I wanted to wait for Venkat. The news broke that Okada is leaving New Japan. So this is directly off of New Japan's website. So nobody can say that this is any fluff. New Japan writes, thank you for supporting New Japan Pro Wrestling. Kazuchika Okada will be leaving New Japan NWJP after the conclusion of his contract January 31st. So January 31st is his last day, but I think they already said that he's going to do some shows in the February. We apologize to the fans for the abrupt nature of this announcement, but join them in wishing Okada the best, the very best in his future. As the New Beginning series begins this weekend, Okada will appear on February dates on February 11th in Osaka and February 23rd and 24th in Sapporo. Changes will be made to forthcoming cards with an announcement to follow. We appreciate your understanding and continued support. So this directly from Okada. I have nothing but gratitude for having been a part of New Japan since 2007 and for the NJPW bringing me from a 19-year-old kid off the plane in Mexico to the rainmaker I am today. Thank you to the best of companies in New Japan, to the best of opponents that I've been able to face here, and to the best of the fans that have cheered and booed over the years. I promise to make it rain in every match I have left, so keep watching. Bones, you would notice better than us. How big is Okada leaving and where does he land?
All right. Him leaving New Japan is huge, huge, because he's their modern day, like Hulk Hogan. I don't even say John Cena. He's their modern day Hulk Hogan. You know, because like you said, he been with them since he was 19 years old. He has the most championship, longest cumulative reign of all his title reigns. Like very rarely do you ever see him lose. I can only name maybe 3 people that beat him. Uh, him leaving New Japan is very, very, very big, and you better believe it's a lot of Japanese people over there crying. Like I'm not saying it to be funny, but they're crying their eyes out because like he's a legend over there. I'm shocked that he's leaving. Honestly, I didn't think it was true, but uh, I thought that he would go to AEW because Tony Khan would suck up to him and give him whatever he want and still let him work his New Japan schedule. And his wife is a famous actor over there in Japan. So they were saying that, you know, with the traveling and stuff like that, it would be better for her to be with, for them to be with AEW. Because AEW would just let him go to Japan whenever he want, basically. But I think that recent reports, they're saying that he's leaning towards going to WWE and starting out at NXT, but I don't know.
Venkat, Okada, what do you think about him leaving and where does he end up?
Well, you know, he's saying that Bone's saying that he's like that Hulk Hogan. He sounds more like that Ric Flair. But
yeah.
You know, and with that being said, if he's not going to AEW, he must trying to say that, hey, I've done all this time in New Japan. I've done all this heavy lifting all over these years. I want to go for what is perceived to be the biggest, best company. So maybe he's just like, you know, I'll start at the bottom in NXT and just make a shot at the, you know, because maybe he figures he doesn't want to end his career without seeing what would happen if he would go there. So maybe that's the challenge he wants.
Let's be real. WWE finna give him the big bucks, and I feel like he want to get that big payday before he end his career because, I mean, hell, he deserves it. Personally, I'm not the biggest Okada fan, but I do respect what he do. You know, like for example, like John Cena, I'm not all, you know, but Okada, I got way more respect for him than I do as far as John Cena. So maybe he is more like the Ric Flair, because I respect Ric Flair more than John Cena too, and I think he's overall a greater wrestler than John Cena. Not even comparable. But anyway, um, I've been hearing Nakamura, or I've been hearing the words of the word chaos thrown on the Raw promos and stuff like that. And WWE always like throwing those little Easter eggs out there. And
Mm-hmm.
Chaos is his faction's name, and also him and Nakamura are really, really close. And Nakamura was a part of Chaos beforehand, so obviously they're not gonna put they never put Nakamura. So I'm assuming they never put Nakamura with AJ Styles or whatever. But I'm assuming that when if Okada come over, that's gonna be Nakamura's though. That's gonna be his partner, and they're gonna start a little faction together. And I just want to say shout out to Triple H, man, because this wouldn't be happening, I don't think, with Vince and Power, because you got the Kabuki Warriors soon to be on damage control. But I feel like Triple H would do better with the Asian wrestlers than Vince ever will. So I really, really commend him for that.
So
how old is Okada?
30, what, like 36, 37, something like that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's up
I
there.
think he.
They're gonna LA Knight. They're gonna LA Knight the hell out of him.
No way in the hell. This guy. So here's what I gotta say about this. When I hear about Okada, only thing I've ever heard about Okada is what I hear from Dave Meltzer, giving him all the oral in the world, saying that he's the greatest thing in the world. I watched the match with him and Kenny Omega, that 45-minute spamming of the finisher matches. I thought it was very mid to me, because I just don't like that type of wrestling. What I do see here, though, AEW is the place that everybody thinks that he'll go, just because of their type of wrestling. And we recently saw him on AEW TV against Danielson. So right off the bat, you're going to be like, okay. But it always goes to what I say. You got one big contract. You just like the NFL. You got that one big contract. And would you want to go toil away in AEW in front of 1,000 people, or be on the stage in front of like millions of people on the biggest stage? Even if it doesn't work, you get a 2-year contract. Hey, it doesn't work, Tony Khan will take you with open arms. New Japan will take you back. Bones brings up a perfect thing about Nakamura, because Nakamura has been dropping a lot of Easter eggs lately. And when I'm listening to it, I'm like, man, he sounds like he's about to get a partner soon, but I just don't know, who they would team him up with. And then this news broke. It may or may not happen. I think ultimately, if I had to say something, at NXT's next big show, you're going to see Okada sitting in the audience, because regardless of what anybody says, WWE is a place that everybody wants to go. You can say what you want, AEW this, AEW that. I've come around and I've said AEW puts on the best wrestling, but the bottom line, AEW can't get more than 1 million viewers on any of their weekly shows. This guy needs to be in the big time, and Bones said it best. Triple H does right by Asian wrestlers. I wholeheartedly expect the Kabuki Warriors to take those tag titles this Friday on SmackDown from Casey and Hayden. I wholeheartedly expect that. Triple H pushed Asuka to a 500+ day undefeated streak. Triple H pushed Nakamura to 2 NXT title runs, a win over Samoa Joe, until Vince came and just kicked him in the balls. I think if push comes to shove, Okada's going to go to the big. He's going to go to the big brand, because this is how Triple H is going to sell this. Hey, we're trying to break into Japan. You could be the guy that gets me there, and that's it. I think this will go down as Triple H's biggest signing ever, and it will finally break them into that Asian market that he's been trying to get into for the longest.
Did you see the Rockstar interview on Sports on First Take?
Who?
Yeah,
The Rock.
The Rock.
No.
The Rock on First Take was talking about WWE needing to get out and be wider, have a
be more
wider
global.
reach. Yeah.
You said wider
not
or
mention
wider?
A wider
wide
reach.
Oh, wider.
WIDI. Not to mention, Okada has main evented the Wrestle Kingdoms multiple times. He's been in the Tokyo Dome with, the capacity. I don't know what the number is, multiple times. So, to your point, Trevor, I do begrudgingly. I agree. Like him going to AEW wouldn't be as big to him because he's already did bigger than that before. Main event in the Tokyo Dome in Japan to them, it don't. That's the stadium over there. That's like Madison Square Garden in Japan over there. So only thing left for him to do is to get a WrestleMania moment and have a WrestleMania match. And I'm also interested to see how Triple H would present him, like his presentation and stuff like that.
I got to get through these comments, man. They flying. So Chris says Okada, if he goes to NXT, should be the equivalent to Oscar runs. Absolutely. MD says he wrestled with Shelley and Saban this week, and he's scheduled for next week too. So he's probably getting the indie run up out of him. Richie Matthews says Okada versus Gunther. Woo. Chaos stable, interesting. Okada said he's a fan of Shawn Michaels' work rate, so maybe he's doing the stint in NXT. See, because people like to crap on WWE. I'm not going to do a Van Cat voice, but WWE acts like people don't really want to go to WWE. Everybody wants to go to WWE. Don't let people fool you. Everybody wants to go to the biggest place where they can make the most money. You only go to those secondary companies after you tapped WWE's pockets dry. Bronson Reed called out Jeff Cobb on X. Ooh, that'd be good. Jeff Cobb, the former Matanza. MD says, I don't think Okada wants to be exclusive to one company. That might be the only saving grace for Tony Khan to get him. Let me see. If you have to guess, Trevor and guys, what's your addition to the Chaos faction? So this is my first time hearing about this Chaos faction, but I'd say Okada, Nakamura, and a woman. No, Okada, Nakamura, and the Kabuki Warriors. There you go. There you go. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Hey Trevor, one more point. Out of the three people I seen pin Okada, one of them was Bronson Reed. Him and Bronson Reed had a little rivalry. So if he come to WWE, they can revisit that.
And they have been having Bronson Reed be a little more serious.
So everything kind of it's kind of tying in.
And he's been saying lately that he's just looking for that big. He wants to put that big person out. So I mean, hey, I don't know, and because if it happens, it wouldn't surprise me because it's WWE again. It's like people want to work for the company. Tony Khan probably could pay him. Tony Khan probably could pay him more, but Okada was just recently wrestled Danielson at an AEW show, and I bet when he stepped out in front of 1,000 people, he was like, this is it, this is the big time. Versus when he looks at a WWE show and he sees 8,000 to 10,000 people, he's like, oh, that's what it's supposed to be like. Like, hey, people love the fame, man. They do.
Yeah. And my last point is Okada's wrestling style. He's a great storyteller, and that fits in with the WWE style. I mean, he could do both styles too, but I'm just saying, like, he's real good at the storyteller. All like the 45 matches and stuff like that. He likes to kind of build up and have like to a climax and stuff. So that fits in with the WWE style also.
All right, let's so we're off of that. Let's move on to one more news item. Unfortunate piece of Kira Tazara. I forgot about him. And an unfortunate piece of news. Venkat will know this. This will touch Venkat near and dear. News just came out. The former WCW wrestler Ice Train passed away. Harold Fitzgerald Hugh was 56 years old. Harold Hugh, better known to wrestling fans as Ice Train, has passed away. DDP announced via his Facebook page Tuesday. It was so sad to hear that one of my closest brothers is gone. Harold Hugh, aka Ice Train, aka Smooth, was a warrior, one of the kindest people I've ever known. Our 30-year relationship was filled with laughter and brotherhood. We were always there for each other. Our families are one family. One of my fondest memories was the Christmas the two of us headed into the inner city to help many of the less fortunate families have better Christmases. As you can see, we got on our favorite Christmas outfits and headed out to spread some cheer. I've also included one of my favorite pictures of H and my mom Sylvia at Pages in my wedding. I will be putting a tribute video up later. Rip my brother, you will be missed, but not forgotten. Much love. And they go on to write, a cause of death has not been revealed. Ice Train had 3 stints with WCW from 1993 to 94, 96 to 2007, and 2000 to 2001. He also wrestled with German Catch Wrestling Association from 94 to 96 and 97 to 99. Venkat, you know, I mean, this is around our time. Ice Train, 56 years old.
Yeah, I didn't know this happened. I remember Ice Train like yesterday, like his first match on WCW when it was his debut match. And at the time when he came out with a legend. Oh God, what's that guy name?
Wasn't it Teddy Long?
Who?
No, Teddy Long was his manager when he turned heel.
No, this was before that. He originally came out with damn it, not Ernie Ladd, but it's another guy. He's very flamboyant, almost like he's one of the motivations for Dusty Rhodes. He's very flamboyant. He might have been in the LGBTQ community. The way he talks, damn it!
Not Mark Merrow.
No. I could see him.
Tony Atlas.
No. He's a legendary wrestler too. Damn, I just can't remember. Smokey something. I can't remember his name now, but I see his face in my head. But yeah, he came out with him. I thought that was pretty good. He was, when he first came out, I was like, oh, this big, strong guy. He was well built. He could move. And then after a while, I didn't see him. And then he came back after a while, like all these wrestlers do. But and he actually was around for a longer time than I realized. Like you said, Teddy Long had him after a while. And I think he even was on Nitro, because when he debuted, it was like 92, 93. And you could see him throughout WCW in the late 90s. But I did not know this happened at all. This is all news to me right now. It's just let you know we're getting older. We are getting older.
That's why they come. Yeah, my dad just turned 65 yesterday, so this is crazy.
Oh wow.
That again, that's why you come to the Straight Talk Society. You get all the news over here, baby. But yeah, Ice Train was that dude, man. When I saw Ice Train, the first thing I'm like, holy crap, he's big. Like a big black guy that's not dancing, that's not doing something stupid. He doesn't come out acting like.
No, it was serious.
Yeah, he's just a serious. He smiled, but he just was like. He was the man. Like he would brutalize you. MD said the Fire and Ice. Yeah, when him and Scott Norton teamed up.
Scott Flash Norton.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, yeah. That's about the time where I remember him being with Teddy Long and him being with Scott Norton. That's all I remember.
Yeah, because that's when they turned heel. And
Fire and Ice. Yep.
And he turned his trunks from blue to like the black and white. Man, that's yeah, man. 56 years old is young, man. When you think about it, I'll be 44 in a couple of months. It's crazy, man. Like it's in the grand scheme of things, man, life is ridiculously short, man. So
now, what did he die of?
They don't know. They haven't revealed it. No cause.
Guaranteed it has heart related.
Yeah, probably.
Guaranteed. Every time these guys die, it's heart related.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, but rest in peace to Ice Train, man. He seemed like a good person. Yeah,
outside of him being intense in the ring at moments, you just always would see him with a smile on his face. So, yeah, it's tough. I didn't even realize this happened.
Yeah, I got it what's today? Wednesday. So I got it last night as we were doing the Tape Fist Politics show. Be sure to check out that show from last night. If you didn't check out Tape Fist Politics, again, I always ask the question, why are you not tuning in to Tape Fist Politics? But secondly, Tape Fist Politics is the best political show on YouTube. I dare anybody to find me a better non-professional show than Tape Fist Politics, and last night did not disappoint. We had a pre-Royal Rumble last night. It was awesome, man. Y'all go check that out, man. The Politics of Blackness, just a fantastic show, man. We need to do one of those every few months, man, just because it lets you get some steam out. And I met a Christian manosphere guy last night, which is fantastic. I didn't even know that was a thing, but Apex is absolutely a Christian manosphere guy. I didn't know that was a thing, but I found out last night. That guy, he's Wayne. If y'all listen to Man Talk Monday, he's Wayne just under the guise of Christianity. And that's the best that's the best I can say about that. It's crazy. It's freaking it's crazy. All right, so the train keeps on rolling. Let's get to this day in wrestling history. We'll get into the ratings real quick, and then we're into the Royal Rumble review. Again, Royal Rumble got 4 matches, so we should be able to blow through that. This day in wrestling history, keeping in vein of the Royal Rumble. This takes us to the first ever Royal Rumble. Well, the first one they recognize as a Royal Rumble, because they did one before this. Let's go back to the year 1988. Sorry. WWE's first ever Royal Rumble match took place on a special event on the USA Network. I remember that. This match,
and it was 20 men.
Yeah, this match featured only 20 men and was won by Hacksaw Jim Duggan after he eliminated the one-man gang. And you guys know the Royal Rumble was a Pat Patterson creation. And it is one of the mainstays in the big 4 pay-per-views of WWE. It is my favorite.
It's the best they got.
Yeah, it's the best. That and the old school Survivor Series, but now that they don't do Survivor Series the way they used to, Royal Rumble is the best. Moving on, hold on. The comments, man. I always gotta acknowledge the comments. Live life and be happy, guys. 56, absolutely. That's way too young. Richie Matthew, Dr. Martin Luther King's son. Yes, I forgot about that. Dr. Martin Luther King's son passed also.
What?
Yeah, he died. Like yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he died. Died.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I'm surprised MD didn't say anything about it. But yeah, he died within this week. Andre Brower, the black guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Yeah, a lot of people been going, man. So let's move on here the best way I can from that. Let's go to Royal Rumble 1999. The Royal Rumble 1999, the No Chance in Hell pay-per-view went down at the Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim, California. In this Royal Rumble match itself, Vince McMahon won his own Royal Rumble. He entered the match second.
That's so lame.
Spot, with his nemesis Stone Cold entering first. Both men spent the majority of the match away from the ring. Yeah, that I remember that match being terrible because they did the injury angle where they carted Stone Cold out and Vince just sat at ringside the whole time. So yeah, I didn't like that. But even with that stupidity, that's not what we remember that Royal Rumble for. We remember that Royal Rumble for this. Earlier in the card, The Rock won back the WWF Championship from Mankind in a brutal I Quit match. What was it, like 22 plus unprotected chair shots to the head?
Yes, that was brutal.
Mick Foley's kids sitting right at ringside to the point where they had to get up and leave because they couldn't watch their dad continuously get hit in the head. Mick Foley said that he was very pissed at The Rock because The Rock took liberties. They were supposed to do the shots, but
he said he was pissed at The Rock.
Yes, because
I've never heard that before.
The Rock went overboard. He hit him 22 times. He was only supposed to hit him. He was only supposed to hit him like 2 or 3 times.
I thought that was okay. I thought that he wanted it like that.
No.
I didn't know it was
No.
like that.
It's in his book, and you could pull up clips where he said it, even on like documentaries and stuff. He said he didn't talk to Rock for a while after that because he felt like the Rock took liberties with him.
So why did the Rock do that? Did he get overly excited or something?
It's in the moment, man. You're in the moment, and this guy like just keep getting up because okay, even though Foley didn't want that to happen, Foley's not going to stay down. So if he keeps getting up, the Rock is like, okay, well, shit, this is good. Let me keep hitting him until he stays his ass down.
Wow.
No, you know what it was in? Wrestling with Shadows. That's what it was in. It's in Wrestling with Shadows.
No,
not Wrestling with Shadows.
It's that other one.
Beyond the Mat. Beyond
the Mat. Yeah,
it's in Beyond the Mat.
Pissed off at that one.
Yeah, that's exactly.
They just glossed over WCW like it was nothing.
He says it in Beyond the Mat. He was like, he said, man, I felt like he really took liberties with me tonight. But then that's when him and Vince had the conversation. And Vince being the ultimate salesman, he was like, well, I hope they got their money's worth tonight. And then Vince was like, yeah, we probably won't do that one again. It was great to watch then, but when you watch it now, knowing everything you do, with CTE and everything, and you're like, hey, we probably shouldn't have done that one. It was brutal.
Well, The Rock has a history of hitting people like this, right? Didn't he do that to Ken Shamrock?
Shamrock?
I mean, goodness gracious.
That was one of the most violent champions.
Yeah, that was
The Rock isn't taking shots like that, though. Name me a time The Rock got hit real hard like that. He never gets hit hard like that.
The Rock always put his hands up, brother. You always put your hands up. Stone Cold is a hands up guy. Stone Cold will tell you, hey, you got to get them hands up.
Oh, man.
And the last one for this day in wrestling history brings us to 2016. The 2016 Royal Rumble took place at the Amway Center in Orlando. The Rumble match itself was one of the most eventful in wrestling in WWE history. Roman Reigns was forced to defend the WWE Championship in the match. The first time in history that happened, Vanguard is the first time that he was actually forced to defend the title, because I know you're going to say Ric Flair. That match, the winner was awarded the title. Roman had to go in number one.
I know. I saw that one. I wish they would do that more often.
I thought they was going to do that with Seth's belt. That's what they should have done.
Yeah.
So it was the first time in history that it happened. Earlier in the match, at the number 3 spot, we got the debut of AJ Styles. Listen, this is where Kevin Dunn completely screwed the pooch. They kept the camera on Roman too long. So when the music hit and Roman's like, whose music is that? I don't know who that is. They were supposed to switch back to the Tron where the name flashed across the screen saying AJ Styles. They missed the shot, kept it on Roman, and then in post they had to go back and edit the crowd reaction in. So Kevin Dunn, well, you gone now, but yeah, you did he's
done. Kevin is done.
Yeah, he is done. Jeff Samuel says, hey man, shout out to all y'all new people coming here watching Wrestling with Reality, the greatest wrestling show on YouTube. I'm seeing a lot of names I don't know. Ethan Page is rumored to leave AEW to head to WWE. Okay, didn't hear that one. So this match, I popped so much for this match when number 30 hit, and it was Triple H. They eliminated Roman Reigns. It came down to Triple H and Dean Ambrose.
Horrible.
Everybody thought that Dean Ambrose was going to win that match and become the new champion. The crowd got up on their feet, and the letdown when Triple H eliminated him, I just loved it so much. But there's only one person that could tell me how those fans felt that night, and it is Senor.
Oh, the tears of unfathomable sadness. Yummy, yummy.
Oh, it was so great that night.
No, that was horrible.
I loved it so much because y'all know I'm a Triple H fan to the core as
Like
it is.
Triple H has too many title wins like this, where it's like, why? Why are we doing this?
It was a means to an end that didn't work because
Yeah.
they proceeded to have one of the most boring, longest matches in WrestleMania history that
Oh, there you
the crowd completely took a
go.
dump on.
How many times has Triple H had that happen to him? It's crazy.
Hey, long as he running the company good now, brother. That's all that matters. That's all that matters to me. All right, so
Let's move the goalposts.
Yep. So let's get into these ratings real quick, and then we'll tie the Raw deal in, and then we'll get on Royal Rumble, and then we're gone. So, like I said, that I was going to start giving the attendance record also. So this past week's AEW did 891,000 viewers, which is up huge from last week's 797,000 viewers. And their current 10-week average is at 831. So people really wanted to see that Samoa Joe versus Hook, and that did not disappoint. This is in the key demo, the 18 to 49. It drew a 0.33 up from 0.29. This was the highest demo rating in 4 months. So that's good to hear. But 1 year ago on this same week, Dynamite drew 969,000. So even though it's the highest it's been in a while, it's still way down from what it was a year ago on this same day. And I like the fact that they threw this in. Dynamite ranked #1 among all cable shows in the 18 to 49 demo, beating out Sisters on BET. I just love the fact that they threw that in. So the attendance for that show was 2,220 tickets sold.
2,000?
2,220, and all these numbers come from WrestleTix. If you guys follow WrestleTix on Twitter, they are down to the wire on this stuff. They have the seating charts for every venue. They show you what's sold, what's left. So I believe 100% in what they say. So SmackDown, Friday night's episode of SmackDown did 2,408,000 viewers on Fox. This is up from the 2,384,000 viewers the show did a week ago. It pulled in a 0.62 rating in the 18 to 49 demo, up from the 0.64 from a week ago. SmackDown from the State Farm Arena in Atlanta. So this was held in MD's stomping ground. 12,009 tickets sold. So
12,000?
12,000.
So we're doing high school graduation numbers up in here, man.
12,000 tickets compared to 2,000. Friday night's episode of Rampage did Rampage is a dead show. Did 390,000 viewers. Blah blah blah. Is down
now Rampage would be better served on a streaming platform.
Yeah. Rampage. And I heard, so I got to go back and watch the Jeff Hardy versus Darby Allin match because I heard that was good. So I'll go check that out. But I heard that was really good. Last week they did 396,000 viewers, so they're down 6,000 this week. Saturday night's episode of Collision did 441,000 viewers, which is up from the 400,000 that it did the week before. So that went up huge. The show drew a 0.12 rating in the 18 to 49 demo, up from the 0.10 from a week ago. And it's noted that Collision went head-to-head against the NFL playoff game. So that was the Bills and the Chiefs, which when the Bills and the Dolphins played the week before, Collision got slaughtered. So I guess there's not that many Buffalo Bill fans. The Chiefs and the Dolphins. So AEW Collision took place from the Chaffetz Arena in St. Louis, and they sold 2,706 tickets. And so you wonder why it always sounds so dead in there. That's why. WWE's Raw rating and audience were up to its highest points this week since the day one episode. Monday's episode scored a 0.56 rating in the 18 to 49 demo and a 1.686 million viewers per WrestleNomics. Those numbers are up 24.4% and 18.8% respectively from last week's number of 1.49. The attendance for Monday Night Raw from the Smoothie King Arena in New Orleans, it was set up for 8,926 seats. That's what it was set up for. They sold 8,537. So they only had a handful of tickets that were available for that show. And last night's NXT did 642,000 viewers. The viewership was down from last week's show, which averaged 683,000. The NXT episode from 2 weeks ago averaged 722,000. So the show is trending down on the 2 week scale. So let's get to the big news. Whew, that was a lot. Let's get to the big news of the week before we get to the Royal Rumble reviews. So we can get you out of here. Oh boy. So news broke this week that Monday Night Raw has found a new home. So now Monday Night Raw is literally going to be Netflix and chill.
Yep.
He said that he didn't know SmackDown was in town. So
one thing, I don't know if you heard this, Trevor, but I saw Pat McAfee talking to Khan, and they were saying, is it gonna be on a Monday? Because there may be a possibility that Raw may not be on Mondays anymore. He says as of right now it's Monday, but we don't know where it's gonna go from there. What do you think about that?
So okay, so let me just get to this story and then I'm gonna get to that. So because I did hear that, and I'm like, man, they do have an out because they don't have to call it Monday Night Raw. We call it Raw now. So it's just like they could just say, oh, see, we already got the out. So this comes from SEScoops.com. WWE Raw moves to Netflix next year in a 10-year, $5 billion deal. So WWE was involved in intensive television rights talks through 2023. And while 2/3 of their deal closed, Raw remained a big mystery. Now we know time has come for the red band, and it goes behind one of the largest online paywalls. WWE NXT will go to the CW in October 24. SmackDown is going to the USA Network. Those two moves will see fans tune in to a more traditional viewing platform. Those watching Raw will need to pay a monthly subscription. So WWE Raw is going to Netflix. The company set out in a media blast today and announced that starting January 2025, Netflix will exclusively host Raw in the US, Canada, UK, and Latin America, with more territories to follow over time. So under the agreement, Netflix will also be the destination for all WWE specials outside of the US, including Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and PLEs like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Royal Rumble. Additionally, WWE documentaries, original series, and upcoming projects will be accessible on Netflix internationally starting in 2025. WWE, and this goes on to say WWE landing the deal with Netflix is quite surprising. There were other suitors. Amazon Prime, FX were also in the running. Rumors about Warner Brothers Discovery wanting the red brand was also rampant. So it goes on to say Netflix has a global paid subscriber base exceeding 247 million. Wow. So and a Netflix subscription. I found this out yesterday talking to Venkat that they have a $6.99 subscription plan. I didn't know that. And then they have a $15.49 ad free. And so, all right. So that's the long and short of that. So now let's talk about this. So to answer your question, if Vince McMahon was still in charge, and they had to move Raw, I could see them moving it to Wednesday as a way to say, you know what, I'm gonna put AEW completely under the dirt. If Vince McMahon was in charge. I don't see them moving the time slot. Now that's just me, because I can't think of a day, because SmackDown may not be on Fridays anymore. So it literally, we really don't know.
Wednesdays would be a good day for wrestling because it's in the middle of the week. So you can have a pay-per-view on a Saturday, Sunday, and then you still have a few days separating the show. Whereas they come out of pay-per-views on Saturday, Sunday, then they come right back again on Monday Night Raw. That's kind of tough to have to go back to back like that. So Wednesday would be a nice divider. It would fall right in the middle of the week, and it would be good for them. So I wouldn't have a problem with it. But WWE, I think it's interesting. I guess it depends on what Netflix would want the show to air on. Like what I'm sure they have all these numbers and metrics of what would be the most effective night. Maybe it's a Saturday night. Maybe, you never know. Maybe it's a Friday night. You never know.
Saturday is a death spot. So not to cut you off real quick, but
not on Netflix.
Netflix, this, from what I'm understanding, this would be Netflix's first live sports. They've had live things before, but this would be their first weekly live,
reoccurring, right?
Yeah,
because
live.
It was just one-offs. It was just they had the live Chris Rock show, that one stand-up show he had, and then they had like a live post show for a reality dating show, and that's the extent of their live. But they never had like a weekly episodic return, throughout the year, having that live audience reoccurring constantly. They've never had that.
So we were talking about this because me and Venkat are real friends, so we actually talk to each other outside of YouTube. So we were talking about this, and as I'm mentioning this, I'm just thinking like, oh, Venkat gonna crap all over this, but surprisingly, he was saying that this is great. Like, this is a really good.
It's long overdue. Overdue.
This is great. So give me a bit of what you were saying. Let me hold on. Let me get to some of these comments. Mike says, "See, look at this. Even Mike saying, good move, WWE. Get rid of stash. Good things can last." Ricky Williams. Laugh out loud. Trevor is goated. Is there something we don't know? Why MJF face is there? Nah, because we just put Venkat when he made the overlay. He just put the two biggest stars at the time on there. James Mallory, sup, Trevor and guys, what world we live in?
So I gotta update it with Samoa Joe.
3 Legends is now owning WWE. Nuts, and all 3 cause chaos. All right, so so what was your overall view? Okay, so let me start here first. If WWE goes to Wednesday night, is a death blow for AEW. I don't want it to be, but it's a death blow for AEW. If Monday Night Raw goes to Wednesday night, so let's hope that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's a nice time slot for them. My God, it is. I just think this is just great news. This should have happened way ago. Imagine WWE was on Netflix going into the pandemic when people were starving for new content, and WWE is a company that they don't have to wait months or years to create their content like movies and TV shows. It's a live, on the spot, record, boom, it's done. And everybody wanted new content, new, especially during the pandemic. They were home, they had nothing to do, they wanted to see something. Having that weekly episodic wrestling show come on Netflix, which is highly accessible. It's just so much easier than cable. With cable, you get cable, you gotta wait for a guy to come on and install it. You gotta have all this nonsense going on. With Netflix, you go on to Netflix.com, pay the thing, boom, you're done. It's just so much more accessible, so much more instant. And the beauty of it is that you're never going to miss anything because all the episodes will be collected. You can go back to things. You can watch it live. It's just so much more convenient. So this is just great because a lot of people, they have different kinds of work schedules, and that's the problem when you're trying to keep up with wrestling. I mean, at the best to watch anything, especially if you don't have cable like me, you got to go on YouTube. And then YouTube, when they post it, they're giving you little bits and pieces. They're not giving you the full matches. If you can have access to the entire show and you could skim through or watch whatever you want to watch from it at your leisure anytime you want to, that's just great. That's
So,
great. I just think it's a great deal.
so MD, and shout out to all these new people again. Like, we got a lot of new people in this chat tonight I've never seen before. So MD says, I disagree, Trevor. Netflix gives the ability for instant access. The bulk of the viewership will probably be replay streams rather than live views. All right, so to that,
yep, that's what I was saying.
So like I said in the group, though, I agree with 95% of what Venkat, his whole thing about this. The only thing I disagreed with him, and we talked about it on Tuesday, so I kind of got it more because he let me know that Netflix has a $6.99 thing, which I didn't know. My only problem was I got rid of cable in 2013 because I wanted to cut costs. So now you're telling me in order to watch a show that I've been watching since episode 1 30 years ago, I now had to pay a subscription to watch it. But then that's when Venkat let me know about the $6.99 thing. So not for nothing, $6.99 for wrestling is good, is a good deal. But that was my
not only wrestling, you're getting all their content.
Yeah, I don't say I've never been a Netflix guy. I mean, if you guys tell me something is on, I'll probably go look it up. But just because, and when you say, hey, trying to consume all this wrestling, remember, I'm the one who does the bones for this show. So I know how hard it is to try to watch all these shows. It's a nightmare. Like, because I tell y'all, like, I literally had to sit there and watch every show that we talk about and comb through it to find what match I thought was good and things like that, and try to condense it so we could get like a good 2.5 hour show going. So I get what he's saying. And I just, so as far as you and MD saying the instantness of it, like you could just get it and it's there. We know that WWE for years has lived and died by the ratings. There's no way to track internet ratings. So now, because this is how they bill the pay-per-views. They say Peacock has over 1 billion subscribers, or Peacock is in 1 billion homes, or something like that. So instead of saying, hey, 1 million people bought our show, they just say, hey, Peacock has this amount of subscribers. So now WrestleMania has the ability to be seen by X amount of people versus being on the USA Network where you only had a limited amount.
Right.
So what do you think as far as the ratings? Because, hey, the ratings go out the window now. Come 2025, you're not going to see me doing Raw ratings because I'm not going to have any.
Which is perfect for them, right? Because they've been bleeding ratings the last few years. And it's been an Achilles heel for them. And it's just the way things are going. They can't really do anything about it. So this is a perfect scenario. Now you're not hindered by that aspect, and it's not making their product look bad. At the same time, you just made your product even that much more accessible to areas that wouldn't have had it otherwise. Because Netflix has a major reach all over the world.
So, okay. So, and that's the last thing I got on this is, so everything outside of the US is now going to have to consume it on Netflix, which means because the Peacock deal is up next year, I want to say. So anything you want to see for them, you're going to have to consume it on Netflix. And that's Raw, SmackDown, NXT. All of WWE's products are now going to have to be consumed on Netflix if you're outside of the US. If you're in the US, then you'll get NXT on CW, you'll get SmackDown on the USA Network. What does this mean for the international viewers now? Because in that number, that's a huge number. Like I've always, the one thing that's synonymous with people in TV watching is Netflix. You could go anywhere and they say Netflix. Because I remember when Netflix was the DVD service, and we would get the DVDs, and you send 2 back, and you get. So I remember all of that. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like this isn't huge. I was just being selfish, like, hey, this is another service that I got to pay for. Until my wife told me yesterday, hey, we already got this, right? I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and not to mention, a lot of T-Mobile subscribers or users, they have that option for Netflix for free. So it's just a win-win situation all across the board. That's a great ass deal they got right there, man. AEW should have already been there, man. If not Netflix, they could have been on HBO Max. They could have been somewhere. I mean, just do something. For God's sakes, Tubi. Even Tubi is on fire right about now.
Tubi. Hey, I watch Tubi every week, man.
Tubi has legit movies on there. It's not just those goofy, weird movies. They actually have like real films. They got even a little bit of sports, live sports on there. Tubi is not to be played with. So
I listen, trust me. Hey, me and my wife are gonna do a show called Let's Go Tubi Movies. So where we review Tubi movies. We watch them enough. We might as well start reviewing them.
There's a market for that because people are into Tubi is really taking off right now.
I was watching Tubi before they started getting big name actors. I was watching it when they were recording it on their cell phone. So I consider myself like a Tubi vet, you know what I'm saying? But so all right. So we mentioned AEW.
Oh yeah, and then the other thing too is that that this deal isn't going to be just Monday Night Raw. It's gotta entail exclusive content to accompany Monday Night Raw, whether it be exclusive behind the scenes stuff or documentaries. I would even go as far as say maybe even exclusive events. Maybe a house show can turn into an event that'll be streamed on Netflix. There's so much they could do with this. So much. It's limitless.
Yeah, they Jack Holmes says if this happens, Tony Khan got nothing to do with them to call Jim Cornette to do a takeover. Yeah, he had to break glass in case of emergency. Bones, we knew your connection was bad from the beginning, so I figured you were gonna drop off eventually on Rampage on Tubi in 2025. Hey,
there you go.
Hey, Tubi got some bangers, man. Tubi may bring back some interesting movies, like CD movies back then. If Everybody Hate Chris, hey, listen, Everybody Hate Chris is one of my favorite shows. MD says 2025 has the potential to be huge for WWE. When the NBC Universal deal is up, there will be a huge bidding war between NBC and Netflix. Okay, because remember, NBC Universal owns Peacock. Peacock is who has the PLE deal and the documentaries and everything. When that deal is up next year, do you think Tubi's going to try to I'm not Tubi, thinking about Tubi.
Netflix is going to get all that.
Is going to try to get everything up under their umbrella?
Exactly. And how huge will that be?
Because Tubi got it at 4 years, $1 billion. Next year, they
not Tubi. Let's not make Tubi bigger than let's not make Tubi bigger than what it is already.
Yeah, Peacock got it for 4 years, $1 billion. Next year, they may be able to get $3 billion. There's a potential WWE could be a $20 billion package based on what they sold the TKO for and their streaming rights. This is crazy, man. And all this without Vince McMahon.
Yep. All this getting better once Vince McMahon was off to the side.
Yeah, this is crazy, man.
Yeah, he was in the way. He was in the way for doing a lot of this great stuff.
Yeah, this is I mean, because everybody knows I'm the WWE guy on here. Like, they call me the WWE Homer. I got the AEW shirt because I'm coming around to them. I'm actually watching Dynamite in the corner of my eye right now as we speak. You just got Adam Cole looking sad, sitting at ringside in his wheelchair. Just a terrible, terrible reveal. Just horrendous. Just a waste of storyline. But I'll digress to that. WWE is a company. WWE is a company I grew up on. I was a WCW fan, but WWE was a company that I grew up on. Y'all will see my wrestling belts that I have. I have the WWE titles. I'm going to the show Friday. Like, I love WWE, man, and I love a place because now with a deal like this, the wrestlers now can demand more money because they're like, hey, this is public record. We know what you guys are getting, so you can't shortchange me. So now they're just throwing money like crazy. And the last thing we forgot to mention, The Rock is now on the board of directors.
And he got his name, the rights to his name.
Yes, he got the license to use The Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is huge. That got a lot of WrestleMania implications. So you got anything else on this deal before we go on to the Royal Rumble?
I mean, he's like dancing with the idea of Roman Reigns, that match at WrestleMania. He even alluded to whether this year or next year. It's got to be this year because it's 40. It's 40. WrestleMania 40. It has to be this year, not 41 or 39. 40 is the one to go with. It would just be better. I don't know, but we'll see. Also, The Rock seems to be into like I was mentioning earlier, making WWE more far-reaching and more expansive. And I like the ideas that Triple H said in the past about having different leagues around the world that are under the WWE umbrella, and they can have a World Cup of Wrestling. And if that turned into WrestleMania, where you have like the finals or the semifinals go down in WrestleMania will now have more stakes because you have all these stars from around the world competing in WrestleMania. I just think that would be just great. It's so much great stuff potentially that could be done.
That's going to kill the indies, though. I know Triple H wanted to do that before COVID, set up satellite locations all over the world. That's going to kill the indies.
No, I think it'll enhance the indies. I think it'll just create more leagues, but it'll just be under WWE's umbrella. I don't know. I think that'd be an interesting thing. It'll just be a wider, bigger league. You never know. It might work out.
Well, we'll keep you updated on that. So now it's time to get to what everybody came to see, and that is our Royal Rumble predictions. But guess what? You're going to have to wait 90 seconds.
They got to feel this I can never make it rain, but fine, I make it drizzle. Looking for some change, I got some dimes and some nickels. I can never make it rain, but fine, I make it drizzle. Looking for some change, I got some dimes and some nickels. Give me the pennies, the nickels, the quarters, the dollars, the dimes. Give me the pennies, the nickels, the quarters, the dollars, the dimes. Give me the pennies, the nickels, the quarters, the dollars, the dimes. I'm broke as a joke and I hope I don't lose my mind. Give me the pennies, the nickels, the quarters, the dollars, the dimes. Give me the pennies, the nickels, the quarters, the dollars, the dimes. Give me the pennies, the nickels, the quarters, the dollars, the dimes. I'm broke as a joke and I hope I don't lose my mind. Just got paid, but I'm broke. You think that it's a joke? It's really hard to cope when you feel like there's no hope. When your funds running low and your pockets looking slim, you don't know which way to go or which way to begin. Looks can be deceiving. What gave you that impression? Live in my position before you ask me questions. Why you jumping to conclusions? Illusions is not healthy. Through all of the confusion, I can't find a soul to help me stand alone.
And we are back. Oh man, you just listened to the stylistic tunes of the Silent Assassin. It's funny. I just, went on the other side of the house and my wife just randomly said, "Hey, did you know The Rock got the rights back to his name?" I said, "Yep, we just talked about that on the show." Oh boy. All right, so let's get into this Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble is this Saturday, and like I said, I got prior engagements, so I won't be able to watch it live. But as soon as I get back home that night, I will be up watching it, even if I had to stay up till 2:00 in the morning to do so. Because again, the Royal Rumble is my favorite show. So there's only 4 matches announced. Hey, you got 2 Rumble matches and 2 title matches. I don't think they need to add anything else.
Right, I agree.
Yeah, the Royal Rumble is the draw, and you don't need to.
Plus, you got 2 of them. You got the women and the men. So that, and each Rumble is an hour. So that's 2 hours right there. So there's really no room for anything.
You got 2 Royal Rumbles. That's minimum an hour each. Roman Reigns' entrance is 15 minutes. Plus, you're gonna have a Roman Reigns match that's going to be another 30 minutes. So that's 40
of him draping on the apron, sweating like crazy, and didn't even do a move.
That's 45 minutes, right? So you got 2 hours 45 minutes.
You never seen anybody buy time like Roman Reigns, boy. Yeah.
So, and what I did want to do a live stream during the Royal Rumble until I found out that we got this thing that we got to go to. So that's not going to happen. But I do want to live stream, do a live watch along during the main event of WrestleMania. So MD, if I know you're listening, just mark that on the calendar. Whatever the main event is, I do want to do a live watch along during that. All right. So let's get to the Royal Rumble this Saturday at in St. Petersburg. I think where the Tampa Bay Devil Rays play, if that's still what they're called. I don't watch baseball, so I wouldn't know. So no particular order, but let's go to the women's Royal Rumble match. This is not a mistake. These are the only people that they've announced so far, which, by the way, I like this, that they haven't announced anybody because they're keeping this really secretive as to who all is in this match. So I do like that.
And they usually have like a legend show up. So that's another thing. I mean, male and female, a legend can show up, or a surprise person from another organization could come up too.
So MD, and if you want, just text us your pick. Oh wow, breaking news: Jim Harbaugh leaving Michigan to go to the chart. Wow. Okay, man. See, we got to do a Dolphins. Well, it's not called a deep dive anymore, but may have to do that because there's just some news that broke with the Dolphins. So all right. So
the perfect name too.
Yeah. So Chris is saying, anybody else think AJ Lee? All right. So let's get into the women's Royal Rumble first. Who you got winning this?
In the women's?
Yeah, the women's Royal Rumble.
I mean, if it's logic, I'm gonna say Nia Jax. If it's logic, I don't really have a dog in the fight for the women's at the moment. I have to think harder about that. But I would say Nia Jax, but she's not gonna get it. She's not gonna get it. They won't give her that kind of opportunity. Who do you think?
So they have been building Nia up as a legit threat with her beating Becky and just basically beating up everybody on the roster. So they have been building her up good. So before I give you my pick though, any surprises you expect in the women's side?
No, because I think that it's probably going to be Bianca Belair that's going to win this. But the surprise will be obviously Jade showing up. That would be the big surprise. That's the only real surprise they can have, really. But we hadn't seen anything out of Jade, so we don't know if it's going to be good. Hopefully, she don't trip or something on the way down to the ring. But whatever.
Jeez. So, all right. So everybody taking my pick. For surprises, We're probably going to see Camille from NWA. You're absolutely going to see Naomi. She just cut a promo the other night saying goodbye to the Impact fans. You still may have a shot of seeing Mercedes. Who knows? Because they say
there's no way.
They say she's going to AEW, but that's not I mean,
there's no way in hell she's showing up in no damn Royal Rumble.
Well, who knows? I feel that you're definitely going to see Jade. The reason you're going to see Jade is, and I'm gonna tell you just how this is gonna play out. Nia Jax is gonna be wrecking chicks. Nia Jax is gonna come in earlier. She's gonna be wrecking everybody. She's gonna go on a diesel run and be kicking everybody's ass. Then you're gonna hear this unfamiliar music that you don't know. Jade Cargill is gonna come out. They're gonna have the stare down, and Jade is gonna eliminate Nia for the big pop, only to have Bianca Belair come out next, and you have the stare down that's gonna set up their WrestleMania match. Remember, I said that first. You're not hearing that anywhere else. And the other surprise will be AJ Lee. But my ultimate winner, because WWE kind of already shot the load, you're getting Becky versus Rhea at WrestleMania regardless. But Becky doesn't get
I don't
there.
want to see that match.
Becky doesn't get there from the Royal Rumble. Becky's going to get there from the Elimination Chamber. The winner of the Royal Rumble is Bayley. And the reason Bayley's going to win the Royal Rumble is because look at her hair. Bayley has been growing that hair back, and that could only mean one thing, that we're going to be getting the wacky, wavy, inflatable tube, man. The Hugger Bayley is coming back after she wins the Royal Rumble. Damage Control is going to turn on her. At least all the Asian women in Damage Control, they're going to turn on her and force her to turn back to being the Hugger. And there's your WrestleMania match, Bayley versus Io Sky. Mark the tape. That's what it's going to be.
I mean, I guess that's okay. I guess.
That's going to be fantastic, man. When you hear that, dun, 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 hey, Chris knows, because Chris goes to NXT shows. Chris could tell you there's not a person on earth that was more over than Bayley, especially when they said, it's Bayley. Come on, man. Hey, Hugger Bayley will be back for WrestleMania.
Adam. We'll have to see. I'm not thrilled, but whatever.
Chris says Naomi. Wait, what the hell happened? Oh, Chris. Wait a minute. Naomi. Wait, MD saying he's going with Bayley. Yeah, I'm going with Bayley because I mean I've been watching this long enough. She's gone all this time and has kept her hair cut low. And it's not until all this dissension that now all of a sudden she's starting to let that hair grow back. And that could only mean because she's getting ready to put them back in the ponytails. Jade, I don't think Jade's going to win. I just think Jade's going to set up her feud with Bianca. But Jade is absolutely going to be the one to eliminate Nia Jax. That's coming. Naomi will be at the Rumble. Yeah, she's absolutely going to be at the Rumble because she just said goodbye to the TNA fans. They showed it on YouTube. We know she's coming back. And look, and you know how you know somebody's coming back? WWE hasn't mentioned Naomi since she left. What did WWE do this week? Oh, the WWE family would like to wish happy anniversary to Jimmy Uso and Naomi. Come on, man. WWE don't talk about people that work for other companies. They don't. Now all of a sudden it's open season. Let's start talking about her now. Come on, man. Rhea versus Nia is a bigger WrestleMania match. I don't think so, MD. The biggest match is Becky and Rhea. That's what they're pushing for. I want Nia Jax to be the champion. Because I like Nia Jax be wrecking bitches.
Nia Jax should win that Royal Rumble, but they're gonna do some cartoon stuff. And Becky should not even Becky Lynch should not be in no damn big match with Rhea Ripley. That's such a mismatch right there. She's too skinny. She's too small. We want to see Rhea Ripley actually go at it with somebody that can give her some competition.
You don't think Charlotte was too skinny?
No, Charlotte's perfect. Charlotte, when she's in that ring, she has no ass, but she was perfect. That was a great match. Love that match. We need somebody because at least she's not short. Like Charlotte Flair is pretty tall
Yeah, I
for a
want to say
woman.
she might be the. Wait a minute, you said for a woman?
Yeah, she's tall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we was getting some of that sexist Venkat coming out.
Oh Lord.
What does Chris say? I feel you on that, Trevor. She ain't. What's this? She ain't pulling that hair back till Mania against EO. Yeah, I'm telling you, you're gonna get those wacky wavy inflatable tube, man. Who would you rather have main event WrestleMania, Rhea versus Becky or Elo? Rhea Becky would be the bigger match, but I think EO Bailey is going to be the better match because I think Becky is sloppy in the ring. Becky is more character driven. She's not as good as those other women as far as ring work. So I agree with Venkat.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with Venkat. You're not going to get the caliber Charlotte versus Rhea that you got last year. That match was phenomenal.
That's what we want to see.
But you're not getting that. You're getting the more character driven Becky because they feel like she's the most over woman on the roster, which she's not. Bianca Belair is, but nevertheless.
What's funny is why isn't Charlotte Flair in this image? Like she should be one of the first people announced here.
Charlotte's not coming back for a year, right?
Oh Lord.
Remember she tore her knee up. We talked about that a couple of shows ago. All right. So Venkat want Nia Jax. As pretty much
a crippled Charlotte Flair is better than some of this garbage we don't see. Goodness gracious, man. I'm really disappointed I ain't getting to see Charlotte Flair, man.
So let me ask you this. Who you think gonna be the final four?
Hopefully not Becky. Anybody but Becky. Hashtag. I mean, I really feel like Nia Jax should win the whole thing, but I would have to. It would have to be Bianca Belair, Bailey, maybe Io Sky, and then like a while.
Io's not in this. She's a champion.
Well, they've had champions in there before, but I can't think of anybody else. That's the main people would be Bailey, Bianca, maybe Jade will. Jade's elimination will probably be like one of the last four. She'll get eliminated. Maybe that will be the circumstance. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going with this picture right up here that you see. You got just replace Nia with Jade because Jade is going to be the one to eliminate. Jade is going to be the one to eliminate Nia, but you got Becky, Bianca, Bailey, and Jade. That's my final four. Wait a minute. MD says Bailey, Nia, Asuka, and Chelsea Green. You know what? They have been shining Chelsea Green up, and I heard that that they're doing back that thing that you hate, MD, where Samantha Irvin says that Chelsea Green, they're back doing that now. So she may be in line for like a big push. So last question on this one: who you think going to be the Iron Man?
Who says there's going to be an Iron Man?
Has to be an Iron Man. Who you think going to be in the match the longest? It's the Iron Man.
That the longest could be like less than 20 minutes. That's not a real Iron Man.
Who you think going to be the longest in the match? Venkat, stop making it so damn difficult.
For the women who will go the longest, it's probably going to be Bianca. Probably going to be her. They're going to make her look good. I think this is an opportunity to make her look really good. And, they'll probably have like a Rocky type story behind her, because she's going to be going up against Jade. So they got to let Jade look good and they got to make Bianca sympathetic. And by the way, speaking of Bianca, that series that she has on Hulu with Montez Ford looks kind of interesting. I might want to check that out. You saw the trailer to it?
Come on, man. You know I saw that. That's my favorite woman.
I'm just saying, it looks interesting. I thought it was going to be goofy as hell, but I just actually saw the trailer.
It's chronicling their run up to WrestleMania.
Yeah. But we'll have to see because this is first of all, they put WWE in the title. Like, what the hell is that about? Any excuse just to put the company name out there.
I mean, who's making the who's making the show?
Nah, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean anything. I'm just saying they could have just had an actual name of the show instead of putting WWE in there. But they're gonna do that, and then hopefully, it won't be cringe-worthy stuff going on in there where they try to edit and make it look a certain way. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, see, these are y'all could tell Venkat don't really know the women in the match when you compare it to what's going on in the chat. Because there's certain questions I'm asking him to set him up, and he's not nailing it the way he should. Bailey will eliminate Oscar to give a reason for the turn. That's a good observation, MD. Christopher Morales, I love Chelsea Green, low key, best signing of the year. You got to be trolling with that one. Bailey, Jade, Bianca, and Becky. Nia will be in there the longest. I don't think Nia has the win to be in there the longest. She is carrying a little extra LBs. Jade Cargill going to have a great debut in the Rumble. I'm telling you, she's going to be the one to eliminate Nia in a power spot. And everybody going to get up out of their seat and be like, holy crap. Where has this woman been? Bianca will be the Iron Woman. Nia can't be. Nia can't be in the longest. Everybody knows that. And Bianca got the show they should have gave Jimmy and Naomi a couple of years ago. Yes, when Total Divas first came out, everybody thought that Jimmy and Naomi were going to be the ones that were going to get a breakout, a spinoff show, and it never happened. So I totally agree with you on that, because I used to watch Total Divas when it first came out, just because I was like uber WWE fan, would watch everything. And speaking of a fan, right now they got Swerve Scott going 50-50 with Jeff Hardy. So just way to go with that one, AEW. So let's move on to the next match. They got to give Swerve some dominant wins, man. Just stop with this already. So for the United States Championship, you have KO versus the champion Logan Paul. They had a really good showdown on Friday night where Logan Paul kind of suckered him into taking the cast off. And so the gimmick going in is that KO only got one hand. I think I got KO winning this just because Logan Paul isn't like a full-time guy, and he's had the belt for over 100 days and hadn't defended it yet. So I got KO winning this match.
I think Logan Paul's going to win. They're not going to make Logan Paul lose right now. If he loses, it's going to be in WrestleMania.
Look at this. Tonight on AEW, Thunder Rosa versus Red Velvet. Another black girl about to get beat. You see what I'm saying?
Thunder Rosa have been out for over a year now.
Why couldn't they have Thunder Rosa just beat Queen Amanetta on Collision? Why couldn't they have Thunder Rosa go up against a Ruby Soho or any other girl on the roster? They like, hey, random black girl, come out here so we could pin you. I'm telling you, y'all think I be tripping. AEW they may not be doing this purposely, but they are doing it. The black people, Swerve is going to be the only black person on this card to get a win. So their matches for this next 2 weeks will probably be 2 and probably 10. I'm telling you. Yeah, MD says Logan Paul's going to win. He said that I'm fat shaming Nia. Hey, I'm just saying Nia don't have to win, man. She's never been a cardio buff. Oh, and Bones says KO. So I don't know what's going to be the main event. I'm hoping the men's Royal Rumble match is the main event just because it might be a surprise in it. But for the WWE Undisputed Championship, you have LA Knight, AJ Styles, and Randy Orton versus champion Roman Reigns. Hey, I know who I want to win, but I know who's gonna win.
Who do you want to win?
Roman Reigns is walking out of this. I want Randy Orton to be the champion, but Roman
Randy
Reigns.
Orton over LA Knight?
I'm a huge Randy Orton fan.
Well, Randy Orton already had the belt before.
Man, hey, listen, I'm a huge Randy Orton fan. Had Randy Orton not been in this, I would have said LA Knight 10 ways to Sunday, but Randy Orton changes the whole dynamic here. I'm a huge Randy Orton fan. But I mean, hey, even a blind man can see this. Now, what I will say, this match is going to be fantastic.
Not because of Roman, he's going to be on the side.
I'm
watching.
calling this now. This is going in the match of the year ticker. I'm telling you from now. I'm telling you from now, this is going on match of the year ticker. AJ Styles got a new aggression to him that I love. Randy Orton looks better than ever. I don't know how after that injury, but hey, I'm here for it. LA Knight is going to do what LA Knight does.
PEDs, sir. It's called PEDs.
Yeah, I'm not. You see, I don't just matter of factly just accuse people of doing drugs.
It's called PEDs.
I don't do that. And Roman Reigns, regardless of what Venkat says, Roman Reigns can go in the ring when pushed.
He cannot go.
Yes, he can. Yes, he
cannot go.
Just because you don't like the guy doesn't mean you don't give him credit.
I actually like Roman Reigns. I am actually on his side with a lot of his stuff.
Roman Reigns has not. If you do all his pay-per-view
he's
matches,
the worst champion I've seen in many years.
Get out of it. See, that's why I can't take you serious. I can't.
He's the worst champion.
He's serious.
Okay, so he doesn't defend the belt, and when he does defend the belt, he has some of the most lackluster matches of all time. His matches are very forgettable, and they're all the same. And he's drenched in sweat 1 minute after a stare down. Come on, man. Come on. And then he claims to be the best on top of that. He's one of the worst champions I've ever seen. But, they have the mystique, and that's what I'm saying. Let that go. Let that keep going. That's what he's going to go off of. But he's not an actual, real big-time guy. He's just playing a role right now. Let him play that role.
I wasn't listening to the foolishness. I'm looking at Swerve. I'm looking at Swerve going 50-50 with Jeff Hardy. This is ridiculous. And they got to stop doing this damn picture-in-picture, man. Jeez.
Yeah, you should be appreciating that.
No, I do not like the picture-in-picture. MD says Bones. Of course, Bones agree with me because I know wrestling. MD says Roman is.
No, you don't know wrestling. You know emotions. Nah. That's what you know. You don't know wrestling.
I can see AJ versus Orton at Mania. LA Knight versus Logan Paul. Knight will get his championship. You know what? I never thought about LA Knight and the US title that he should have got 6 months ago, but they kept beating him. That's a good consolation prize, MD. That's really good.
That's the problem with what you just said right there. Why is the guy that's in the world title?
LA Knight isn't in the caliber to be the world champion right now. Just because he's over with the fans doesn't. LA Knight is not good in the ring. I mean, if you're going to talk about somebody not being good in the ring,
he's better than Roman.
No, he's not.
LA Knight is better than Roman in the ring.
Yeah, Chris, tell him again, because Venkat don't know wrestling. We know who on this show know what the hell they're talking about. He's literally just doesn't like Roman. This man said that LA Knight is better in the ring than Roman, and I'm supposed to take him serious now with this?
How many Roman matches last year were good?
A lot of them. If I go back, if I could I can go back. As just I'm not remembering.
Trevor, you crazy, man.
How many LA Knight matches were good last year?
More than Roman. LA Knight, just need one more.
LA Knight didn't have one match that you could say was better than like a 3-star. And on the main roster. His best match was the ladder match in NXT. That was his best match. Was that ladder match for the North American title that Ricochet was in. Yeah, that's that. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. He be having me all flabbergasted, but I think that's his role to do this. But so who you got winning this match, man?
Well, it's gonna be Roman Reigns because it's the most see-through thing of all time. That's another problem with Roman Reigns. I mean, it's already predicted. So he has to go to WrestleMania with that belt. Now, if he loses that, then that's something else. But it's going to be Roman Reigns that's going to win the match, which is another problem. It doesn't bring any intrigue or excitement here because these matches are foregone conclusions.
Let me see something. When Samoa Joe wrestled Hook last week, who did you think was going to win that match?
Samoa Joe.
But you still wanted to watch the match, right?
I mean, no, I didn't really care for that match.
Come on, exactly.
I didn't care for that match.
Exactly.
But the outing of the match itself is better than what you thought it would be. Roman Reigns' match is never going to be better than what you thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the hell I mean, I'm just thinking Roman Drew. Hell, Roman, you even talked about how great Roman and Logan Paul was. So don't sit here and act like the guy doesn't have good matches. Like that's asinine.
That was, first of all, that was what, 2022? And then
I mean, he's only
even
had
that
like
match
10
was
title defense. So
the match itself, anything good about it is really Logan Paul's motion in that match. It's not what Roman is doing. Because Roman is doing what Roman always does. Watch all his matches. We've been through this before. It's always going to be a major letdown. Let's not forget the stinker he just did at SummerSlam, the stinkers he did in those tag team matches with Solo. I mean, we get amnesia all the time. The guy has the belt. He's playing a role right now. That's all I'm looking at is that image and mystique. But the actual product that you're getting is nothing worthy to write home about. It's horrible. He's like one of the worst champions ever. Like, he's not carrying the belt in the ring properly. He has that image. He has a look. He has a mystique. He has some nice little theme music that comes out, and he walks out slowly, but that's about it. So, whatever. This guy got his head down. I don't know why he got his head down, but whatever.
I'm letting you rock out, man.
Oh, Lord. You do this all the time. Like, you're literally trying to tell me that a Roman Reigns match is lighting the world on fire.
I'm just letting you rock out.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know.
This guy, man. Come on now.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean,
well, you act like I'm saying MJF matches are bad.
Roman Reigns is the needle mover. That's all I
can
say.
He is not a needle mover. He doesn't move anything.
He absolutely is the needle mover.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He absolutely. I cannot believe this match is still going on. He absolutely is the needle mover.
No, God.
All right, so let's.
This is what I call fake great. This is a pure example of fake great. But whatever, keep going.
So let's get to the final match of the night. I don't know if yeah, exactly, MD. Where's the timer? Because Venkat, man, I hope y'all see what's going on here. Venkat is literally saying that
Roman Reigns is trash.
But Venkat will be the same one to tell you that Ricky Steamboat and all those guys, amazing. those were mat classics because they did 100 chin locks in the mat. Come on, man, get out of here. All right, let's go to the men's Royal Rumble. And again, this is a graphic taken directly from online because they have not announced everybody who's in it, which I'm 100% okay with. Who you got winning the men's Royal Rumble?
I'm going for Gunther. I'm pulling for Gunther. I want Gunther to win it. That's my pick, man. I think it would be only right that he wins it this year. He's been so dominant for so long. He should. I don't really see anybody that should be winning this over Gunther. It'd be a waste, to be honest. If Gunther don't come out of there, we right.
See, he's saying that because hey, Gunther's my wrestler of the year, man. Go, but
there's no. Come on, man. Of all these guys that's in WWE, who would be the one that should win this? Come on now.
So I got Drew McIntyre winning this.
Oh Lord!
And the reason I got Drew.
Oh,
well, hold on.
This
No,
guy,
I had Drew.
This guy pull a rabbit out the ass on that one. Go ahead, man.
I had Drew winning because before we knew everything was going down with Seth. So I really hadn't had time to think about it post the Seth stuff, but I had Drew winning just because Seth at the time, I didn't think Seth no. I did have Drew winning because of what happened to Seth, and then they'd have CM Punk versus Drew for the Raw title at night 1 of WrestleMania. That was my whole pick. And but now with Seth saying that he's going to be at WrestleMania, which I don't know how true that is, but I'm still going to stay with my initial pick. I got Drew McIntyre winning, and my final four is going to be Drew, CM Punk, Cody, and probably Gunther, with the slight swerve of somebody from Judgment Day. Yeah, Chris, he doesn't look at those factors though. He don't look at those factors at all. Because he looks at he literally doesn't look at that. When I said that Roman Reigns is a needle mover, and he said that he's not, that lets me know he doesn't look at those factors. Whenever Roman Reigns, hopefully, I know Roman Reigns ain't gonna be there Friday because he'll already be in St. Pete. But if Roman Reigns was there Friday, I gotta make sure and get that video to show you the reaction of that place when he comes in that building. I'm telling you, the man is, regardless of whether he's there or not, when he's there, people respond to him. But I got Drew McIntyre. I got Drew McIntyre winning the Rumble. MD says Sami Zayn, because I know Sami will be back.
Sami Zayn, where the hell that come from? Sami Zayn would be a hard pick last year when he was hot. Let alone now. Okay. Oh man.
And MD says his four is Zayn, Jimmy Uso, McIntyre, and Cody. I forgot about Jimmy. Yeah, you got to put Jimmy in that final four.
That's silly.
Just because he's been he has been, man, that guy, that's another dude. When he comes out, boy, I don't know what that yeet thing is, but that crowd comes unglued for that. St. Pete ain't that far as a 2-hour drive. Roman will be there. I hope he is. I hadn't seen Roman in person since 2013. So I hope no, because I was at Hell in a Cell a couple years later and he was there. So yeah, but it's still been a while since I've seen Roman in person. But so I'd love for him to be there because I recognize stars. So when he's there,
oh Lord,
he will show you what a star is.
Oh Lord. Oh my God.
Trevor, Trevor, what if WWE do something wicked, unexpected with number 30? Let's say hit the devil, well, you think MJF is still under AEW contract? This is a angle that they're doing by taking him off of their roster page. That guy's like literally hurt. He's beat up big time. So you
know why? Because he actually been wrestling this year. You know who's not beat up? The guy that's been moving needles.
Hey, But that guy's show is over 2 million, and MJF show
That's not because of him.
MJF show can't crack a million. I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Oh, please.
It is what it is. I mean, I don't
the show that Roman Reigns is on has been going on for over 60 years. The show that MJF has been going on is barely 5 years. So
let me turn this to the side. Y'all see another sister coming to the ring, getting ready to get put on the mat. 1, 2, 3. Just see, I don't know if y'all can see that. Just so you can see, Thunder Rosa going to put another sister down. AEW has some pretty black women on their roster, though. That's one thing. Yeah, wow. I don't know who this chick is, but they got some pretty black women on their roster. Too bad they don't ever win anything. Wait a minute. So they have MJF on the betting odds for the Rumble. See, I was wondering that, Chris, is that on the Hard Rock app? Because I know there's some places that do odds on who's going to win the Rumble, and I'd like to put, I'd like to dabble in that a little bit. Is that on the Hard Rock app? You know what? You're right. I forgot about Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is coming back to face Gunther at WrestleMania, so they're going to set that up right there. So Gunther absolutely isn't winning the Rumble because Brock Lesnar is going to be the one to eliminate him. Who you think going to be the Iron?
I hate that's predictable stuff, man. I hate that.
Man, Cat, is wrestling. You act like everything's gonna surprise you in wrestling. Like you didn't know that Hulk Hogan was gonna win all his matches in WCW. You didn't know that?
Did not know that.
Come on, man. Come on, man. It's pointless at this point. Like what? Oh no, Richie. No, trust me, I agree with you. No, NXT has the sexiest women in wrestling, but AEW has some nice black women. I'm so shocked because I never see them unless it's time for them to lose. Like I didn't know none of these women were on their roster. I never knew that. Yeah, she's absolutely gonna lose to Thunder Rosa. So who's going to be the Iron Man in this match?
You keep thinking that there's going to be an Iron Man. I don't necessarily think there will be an
Iron Man. Just who you think going to be the longest in the match? Come on, man.
Well, it's going to be. They're probably going to try to make it CM Punk or Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes had a high number last year. So they're gonna try to make Cody Rhodes make up for it by being in there the longest this year. Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen, but that's probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I got Cody coming in at number 1.
I don't think it has to be that cliche. Let it be number 6 and keep it moving. It don't have to be number 1.
I mean, my goodness, man, we do a wrestling show and you like literally just trying to suck the life out of the damn show. Like, what the hell going on?
The reality is in the market.
It's too predictable. It's wrestling.
No,
you act like you don't know who's going to be the champion going into Mania. It ain't going to be no surprise.
No.
Yeah, I agree. MD Cody will be the longest. I think he coming in at number 1 because everybody crapped on him coming in at 30 last year. So I think they're going to try to do a make good and have him come in at number 1. I can see Trick and Carmelo in the Rumble. Yeah, Trick. They're going to give Trick that's where they're going to feel him out at to see if the main roster audience knows him. And if his music hits and everybody start doing that whoop that trick, I wouldn't be surprised if you see him on SmackDown more and more.
The real thing is who are going to be the legends that show up and who are going to be the big surprise people that show up. That's the real thing. I don't know. I don't know.
Damn legends.
There's always a legend, at least one.
X-Pac.
What the frig would X-Pac be doing there?
if you're over 50, just stay out of the Rumble, man. Nobody.
Booker T was there last year. What are you talking about?
And Booker T was in for 2 minutes.
Yeah. They always gonna have a legend in there. They had Hacksaw in there. Jimmy Superfly Snooker was showing up. Roddy Piper. All these guys were all bent up and messed up, and they were showing up throughout the years. They always do it. Bushwhackers are showing up. You never know.
Who was that just asked me the question about Sheamus? Yeah, Richie. I don't know what's Sheamus's injury status. I'd love to see Sheamus come back though. Yeah, Sheamus. Oh yeah, if he comes back to his old theme, yeah, that's awesome. So what's the yeah, X-Pac is definitely going. I'm telling you, X-Pac, if I say for any legend, I think it's going to be X-Pac. Hulk Hogan teased coming back, but come on, man.
Hulk Hogan should not be going nowhere near a ring.
Hey, but not for nothing. If Hulk Hogan music hit, I'm losing my man. I'm losing my damn mind. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
First of all, his music hit is going to be drowned with a chorus of boos. They still have not forgiven him about the racist rap.
Hulk Hogan just saved a girl. All is forgiven with everybody.
What girl he saved?
He just pulled somebody out of a fire, something like that.
I don't know about that.
Now, I'm telling you, that's what happened. You don't believe me? That just recently happened.
I know. It's Nick Hogan and all that other stuff getting pulled over for DUI, but I don't know about saving a girl.
Richie, he knows that. He just want to be the contrarian. He doesn't like Hulk Hogan, and he want to just poo-poo on everything. He'll be the only person, if Real American hit, that wouldn't be jumping up and down going crazy.
Oh, that'd be annoying.
Matter of fact, when I go to the show Friday, they just released a new 40th edition Hulk Hogan shirt. So I damn sure hope they got him at the arena because I'm getting one.
Isn't it on like something like a pro wrestling tees or something, or is that
no, Hulk Hogan? No, it's a 40th edition shirt that they were advertising on SmackDown. I mean,
okay.
Kennedy. Are there rumors that Kennedy's going to come back? That's a wasted opportunity that they took that money in the bank off of him because they thought his injury was worse than what it was, and that's how Edge got as big as he was because they took Kennedy's opportunity from him and gave it to Edge. I mean, Edge probably still would have got with there, but they stifled Kennedy because he never got back to where he was.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, hey, Richie, everybody knows, man. Me and Venkat, we argued. Look at that. She's down. Down goes the sister.
Oh boy.
Roll out of the ring, jobber.
Oh Lord.
All right. So what's all right, before we go, what's the biggest surprise what's the biggest thing that could happen at this Rumble for you to be like, holy crap, I can't believe they did that?
Well, there would be MJF showing up, but that's not going to happen. MJF ain't showing up there. There's nothing here that they could do. What are they going to do? Make CM Punk win it? That would be extremely boring. Personally, I would like to see like Bobby Lashley get back to prominence, but that's not going to happen. So that's why I go with Gunther, because I just think he's the most worthy to do it, but they probably won't do that either. I mean, I would hate to see Cody Rhodes win it for a second year in a row. I think that would be just the worst possible move ever. I don't know. I'm just going to keep sticking with Gunther, and hopefully this Brock Lesnar match doesn't sideline. Maybe they'll do it at Elimination Chamber instead of WrestleMania. I don't know, but I would rather see Gunther win it. That's my pick, followed by Bobby Lashley. But there's nothing here to excite me as far as like, oh my God, that was a huge moment. I'm not excited.
Well, there you go, fans. The guy that does the wrestling show every week, not excited by anything.
Yeah.
the biggest thing that can happen for me.
It's funny. It's funny. Like when you have an issue, when you're on your little tirade and you're going on, it's all good. But when I'm like, this is not the
I
greatest.
mean, but Venkat, you shit on everything.
That's right. That's right.
Oh man, I thought that was Sting for real. That's not Sting. MD sticking with this Sami Zayn thing. MD,
I don't know where is that coming from.
MD, if that happens, I will be shocked. The biggest thing that could happen to me on this that would shock the hell out of me on this card is them taking that belt off of Roman. I know they won't, but that would be the one thing that if that happens, I'd be like, wow. And I keep saying this because Roman and Rock doesn't need the belt. They don't need the belt for that match. They don't. That match does not need the title. It doesn't.
So then, well, you feel that way. I mean, I don't know. You could be right on that because of the history of the family, and I mean, maybe, but yeah, I guess they might actually add if you didn't have the belt because now you can get that out of the equation, and like who would really win the match at that point?
And it's not predictable since you love to throw the predictability card in so much.
So then, okay, so let's just say, because Roman bitch ass ain't gonna. If he's wrestling at Royal Rumble, he may not be wrestling at the Elimination Chamber. He's gonna skip the event. It's not like last year where he had to wrestle Sami Zayn because they had to get Sami Zayn out of the way, so they just threw it on the Elimination Chamber. They don't have that scenario this year. So let's say Roman has to lose. So you still feel it's going to be Randy Orton over all these other guys?
Yeah, if Roman loses the title, is Orton's taking it. Now, Chris say he's going to the Royal Rumble. Man, that's awesome. I've been to I went to Royal Rumble 2006, the one that Rey Mysterio won. That was fun. That was fun. Man, that was fun. Yeah, I think it would go to Orton. Yeah, if they're gonna take it off, but from what I heard is that the Rock Roman match, if it happens, they're looking at having it at Elimination Chamber. I don't know why they would do that.
That is so stupid.
I think they said because it's something to do with Rock's schedule. They would obviously want it at Mania, but because of Rock's scheduling, Elimination Chamber may be the only thing he's available for. But I heard this about a month or so ago, so plans could have changed. I don't know, but hey, I'm looking forward to the Royal Rumble. I ain't studying Mr. Negative, which is funny because last year Royal Rumble was his favorite event.
It was the best thing. Charlotte Flair was around.
So I don't know. They still doing the same predictable. Everybody knew Cody was going to win last year, but you still enjoyed the event,
except for the ending.
So I don't know why. I don't know why all of a sudden now it's like, oh man, this is going to be so terrible. I can't believe Trevor making me watch this.
That is not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it's not like it's super exciting. Hopefully it's just decent and it's not bad. Because remember, last year was really good, but the year before last year was straight trash.
Chris is gonna be at SmackDown also. Okay, Chris, man, all right, yeah, you'll see me, Chris. I'm in the hunt. I'm in section. I ain't gonna say I'm in the lower bowl. I'm not floor, but I'm right above floor, and you'll see me with my winged eagle title, and you'll see me with the big eagle. I'll have both of them on my side. So, yeah, hopefully we see each other there, but you'll see me, you'll know me because of my two belts, because I will have both of them.
Well, don't get popped in the mouth, Trevor, and somebody take your junk.
Nah, ain't nobody taking my belt, brother. You gonna have to pry these belts. You're gonna have to pry the 10 pounds of gold from my cold hands in order to take this. I haven't met a man yet that can wrestle this belt out of my palms.
Oh God.
Oh man. Well, Venkat, that's it, man. Mello versus Theory. Put Venkat in the machine, back to the territories. Yeah, I don't know why he being such a downer tonight. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Man, MD be tripping.
But I think the show. What you think the rating gonna be before we go? I think the show gonna be good. I think it's gonna be really good.
Well, Charlotte Flair ain't there, so that's a big, huge knockdown. So I'm hoping that it's good. I don't know. Maybe last year was lightning in a bottle.
Nah.
So if we go by the 1 to 5, I'm hoping for mid card. I'm hoping for mid card.
I can't. This show is getting a. I'm predicting a 4 right now, but
Okay.
I'm thinking that this show is gonna over deliver, and we might get my first 5 of the year. But right now, I'm setting the bar at 4. At the U.S. title.
So
Anything less than this would be a huge disappointment.
So recap real quick the 4 regular matches. We know about the Roman match.
No, you just got 4 matches. Period. You got.
I thought it was 4 matches plus the 2 rumbles.
No, you got this. You got
okay.
you got the 2 rumble matches. You got KO and I'm about to say LA Knight. You got KO and Logan, which I'm telling you, that might be the low key what they call a sleeper match, because I just think Logan Paul is a maniac and KO will take any bump you ask him to take. I think that match is going to go into the crowd and it's just going to be sick. But you got KO and Logan, you got the world title match, and then you got the 2 rumbles.
Okay.
I think this show going to be tremendous. I wish I was able to watch this live with y'all, because it's going to be so hard for me not to look down at my phone, because I know you're going to be like, oh, that was stupid, or why did that person come out?
Well, the one good thing it has going is no women's matches. It's just the Rumble women's match, but there's no women's matches, so that's relieving. I feel a sense of relief there, because we don't want anybody else crapping the bed Amber Heard style. This is ridiculous, man. They done put me through so much crap watching them.
Oh my goodness.
Watching midgets wrestle big grown women.
And y'all think Man Talk Monday is bad. Y'all really think Man Talk Monday is bad. So we get the Manosphere Christian on Tafis Politics, and now we get Mr. Grumpy Manosphere over here on Wrestling Reality.
I don't know why I'm grumpy. Like if I don't smile and say, yeah, this is great, on everything, just blindly just going, yeah, this is great, I'm loving this. Like, man, please, you gotta earn my jump, man. You gotta earn my jump. You don't just get that passerby approval from me. You gotta bring it.
MD says he'll be on the chat to examine your criticism. Yeah, I wish, had I been home Saturday night, I would definitely fire up a live stream during the Royal Rumble just to watch the Royal Rumble live. Like, I think that'd be great. I
mean, you people act like as if what I say in those chats isn't truthing. There's not a lot of truthing going on that. And please, I've hit stuff dead on, man. But whatever.
Yeah, whatever. So, all right. Any final words? I'm about to get out of here, man. 3 hours.
Hey, that's what it's got to be, man. That's what it's got to be. That's what it's got to be.
Yeah, so, the show wouldn't have been so long if you didn't have the Raw. If you didn't have the Raw news and the Okada thing, all that stuff literally broke this week. So we had to put that in. There's no way I could leave that out.
No, of course. I'm just happy that the Royal Rumble doesn't have a women's match in it. I can't tell you how much I'm happy about that. Hopefully, I mean, like I was on record, I thought the women's Royal Rumble was better than the men's Royal Rumble last year. So I hope that continues. I hope Jade Cargill doesn't slip on a banana on the way out there. I really hope that does not happen. I'm pulling that she actually comes out okay, because I don't think Triple H did her any favors by saying that she isn't ready and she needs more training. I mean, it made her look like she's a second-rate athlete to join that roster. So it's going to be a hard sell to now turn around and say she's this formidable opponent that Bianca has to face when she has to get her coordination together. But so I'm hoping for a good show. Like I said, I'm pulling for mid card. If it exceeds my expectation, then hey, that's even better. That's even better. But I'm pulling for mid card at the very least. The only thing else that could surprise me is if Dominic Mysterio wins the damn Royal Rumble. But other than that,
the heat. Oh my goodness. The heat.
It would be over.
The heat, man.
People will be hate watching WWE.
The heat. Well, there you have it, folks, man. Another fantastic episode of Wrestling with Reality. Hey, I'm telling you, to all the newcomers that came in, man, I appreciate that. It's glad to know that we finally breaking through and reaching and getting some new eyeballs on the product, because we do put a lot of time and effort into this show. Trust me, when you hear us arguing back and forth, it's literally this is what we do all the time. So it's not, this is nothing new. So but again, thanks to all the new people that came over. Shout out to Chris. Chris, we do need you to come back and start doing your NXT reports, because I literally can't watch. I can't watch the show. I watch too much as it is. I do not have the time. So we definitely need that.
Yeah, we hadn't seen Chris in a long time.
We definitely need that NXT report, Chris. Shout out to Richie Matthew. I'm just trying to get to the newcomers. You had Jason Michael. There's a lot of comments, man. You're trying to go back up here. Hey, everybody that was new in the chat, man, shout out to you. Peace for coming through. Make sure and hit the like, share, and subscribe button. This is the best wrestling show on YouTube, because nobody's going to give it to you like this. Like I said, we're not going to go hole for hole and move for move. We just break down certain things and go through the news stories, and then we argue a little bit. And we weren't even at full strength tonight because MD wasn't able to make it. And speaking of MD, hopefully tonight the show was able to take your mind just a little bit, help ease you, with a little bit with what you're dealing with, man. Hope we entertained you. Just a little bit. I mean, I know it can't fix the issue, but hopefully, it just took your mind off of it a little bit, because that's what, and at the end of the day, the grand scheme of things, that's what we do, is try to entertain people over here. So, and I remember, certain things in my life happened, and wrestling was there to take my mind off of it just for a little bit, which is why I love it so much. So when people criticize me and say, hey, why do you still watch wrestling? I say, hey, because when my daughter was born 3 months early and I was about to lose my mind, I had WrestleMania 31 to go home and watch, and it helped take my mind off of things for 4 hours. So there you go. So that's all I got to say with that, man. Venkat, appreciate it. And just so you guys know, Venkat's schedule did change. That's why he came on late, and why I do the ratings a little later. Just to try to, because if I start the show too late, then we run into this time. Because we normally start at 5:45. So hopefully no major news breaks next week, and we'll be able to focus solely on the Royal Rumble, because this show should have been shorter, but we had the Okada, we had the Raw thing, we had Ice Trains, a lot of stuff happened this week, and we had to report it. So that's it. There is no debate tomorrow. I'm taking the rest of the week off.
Really? No debate tomorrow?
No, they had to push it back to the next. They pushed it back to next Friday because something. Hey man, life is just happening to everybody, man. I'm telling you, stuff is just happening all over the place. So one of the guys had to postpone it to the following week. They tried to bring one from February up into the time slot, but I was like, I'm gonna just take that time off and recuperate, man, because we've been so busy at work. Like I've never been this busy in my 21 years there. So I need to recuperate.
Oh, who's the president again? I'm just trying to find out.
You'll find that out next week on Tape Fist Politics, because Tape Fist Politics, hey, we're going to compare Biden, Obama, and Trump. So tune into that. Hey, Hey, gonna be a fantastic show, man. Take Fist Politics, the best political show on YouTube. Hey, I'm gonna just say it like this: you ain't finding nothing better than the Straight Talk Society. It is what it is. There, I said it. We got something for everybody. And as much as Venkat crap on the women, you tune in February 17th to have the queens uplifted, because we do have the return of
but those are different women. Those are different women. Those aren't the same women.
Oh boy. Oh man, who's sending me all these messages? All right, what? Oh crap! Yeah, I gotta get ready.
Tape machines are rolling. Tape machines are rolling. So we'll see what these predictions will be.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yep.
So tune in next week, Wednesday, to Wrestling with Reality. Probably gonna start the show again about around 6:30, just to give time for Venkat to get home and get settled. So yeah, look forward around that time.
I am I'm editing I'm trying to edit the Super Duck segment from last week. I'm gonna edit it and just repost it, like re-air it. So I'm just gonna add some stuff to it. I don't know when I have it done, but it should be soon.
What do you mean? You talking about the guy from last night?
No, talking about Super Duck, when we voted for the Super Duck last week.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm adding images and things like that.
Yeah, with
just to make it
all that.
Yeah, just that segment and make it its own little thing, and I'll post it on the channel.
All right, cool deal.
All
right, peace.
All right, peace out.
All right. Oh man, well, there's Straight Talk Society. There you have it. Another fantastic episode of Wrestling with Reality. My voice is gone, so it ain't gonna be no long closeout tonight. I leave you with these words before I go. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations of them. Hey, go enjoy some wrestling. It's fun. Peace.
And the bitch
Now the whole world can acknowledge me.
You'll get the shit. You'll be knee deep in the shit.
I'm gonna take you home.
What?
You're gonna be mine.